Hey, what's up, everybody? Dad's After Dark. You know, the other day somebody came up to me and said, "Yo, Outlaw, you know anybody that can work on my garage door?" I said, "Man, just so happens to do. The garage door guy's your man. You got a carport you want to turn into a garage? He can take care of that. You got a building that don't have a garage door on it? He's got you back there, too. Already got a garage door? Just need some maintenance on it? Maybe some upgrades? The garage door guy's your man. Reach out to him today, 501-412-2475. Shoot him an email, thegaragedoorguylr@gmail.com. Get over there at Facebook. Give him a like and a follow. And if you can't find him anywhere else, jump on Dad's After Dark Linktree. He's listed there too. For all of your up and down door needs, the garage door guy is your man. Give him a call today. Tell him Dad's After Dark sent you. Bicycle.
Yeah. That's After Dark. You already know. Moms in the morning suck.
Dad's After Dark. Grilling in the park. Making back ribs on the grill. Me and my wife, Netflix and chill. Sweet tea, roller cooler, lawnmowers. Blah, blah, blah. Moms in the morning. They talking, it's kinda boring. Bourbon, Velcro, New Balances. Tatted on my nose, Mickey G, funny packs, that's on me. Blue jean shorts, yeah, that kinda short. Dad's After Dark. Dad's After Dark. Dad's After Dark. Dad's.
Welcome to Dad's After Dark Radio. It's Monday. It's 7:46. I said we were going to start at 7:30, so we're right on time.
Sure.
It is the most dad thing ever. Okay, so we're starting 30 minutes later because we got special guests coming in and they couldn't be here till 8.
45 minutes later.
And so we were starting 30 minutes late. I showed up over here at 7:01. Go to unpack everything. I'm like, oh shit, where's my laptop? I grabbed the laptop case. The laptop's not in it. It's sitting on the kitchen table.
That's your kid's fault.
So I had to hightail it home, grab the laptop. Ben tries to have a conversation with me. I'm like, I ain't got time, Ben. I love you. Bye. Back out the door, hightail it over here, and we start 45 minutes later than normal.
And you left your phone.
And I left my phone in the truck. So if my wife is watching, I don't have my phone. It's in the truck. I'm sure she's texting me. I have no idea. I'll go get it here in a few minutes. But what's up, everybody? We got 12 people watching. Let us know where you're watching from. Hit those reactions, hearts. Hit those thumbs up. Share us. Hit all the things. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment so I can see it.
Dude, so Kim and my wife and your wife are back and forth. Mm-hmm. Kim just commented this group message that we're all in.
Yeah.
She says, "I'm just glad. I just would like to say that I'm really glad Mikey is on the air and Shane isn't coaching this game."
It's bad.
And then she goes, "Scratch that. Shane might be entertaining at this point."
Yeah.
Angela's like, "I would pay money to see Shane with these umpires."
Dude, they've already had like 3 people get kicked out.
What?
I kid you.
It's a league game.
Yeah.
Are people chirping?
Oh, it's chirpy.
Dude, this could very well be the first of the new segment we're planning.
Oh, really?
I mean, why not?
Why not? Hey, by the way, I know we plan everything off air because that's what we do. We do all this planning. While we're talking about that, I may have to have you because I sent you that message so you can play that, right?
Yeah,
I may have to do it on Bluetooth because I haven't had a chance to upload it to the board yet.
Yeah, because it won't let me save it on my phone.
Yeah, I'll have to directly download it and put it on the board from my phone.
Yeah, what we'll have to do is, and we may have to.
Maybe have to screen record it.
We may have to rip it apart. Not necessarily rip it apart, just take sections of it.
Yeah.
But it's pretty dope. We're going to let y'all hear so
I had full intentions of getting here earlier and letting them hear the Smokestack song.
Right.
I was just going to play the whole damn thing entirely. And you know what? We may play that one at the very end to play us out. Yeah. If I go get my phone.
The Smokestack song is a love song.
Dude, I love it so much. I didn't intend for it to be a love song when I did it AI generated, but it's fantastic.
Yep. Smokestack song is a love song. My song is a
It's gangster.
It's gangster. We'll just leave it at that. We don't want to give anything away. What's up? Rich is watching. What's up? I can't see. I don't have my glasses. Tim Akers. Yeah, I know, about time. It's Mikey's fault. John Payne. What is up, brother? I have coached a few. What did I miss? Oh, yeah. I've coached many baseball games.
Oh, yeah.
Coached a few this weekend. And you know what? I actually, as much as these umpires get under my skin, I've learned something.
You're an asshole?
No.
Well,
I
yes.
don't have to be, because the other coach will, and guess what?
Yeah.
It works in my favor. I'm over there cussing. I'm just not doing it where they can hear me.
That's true.
It's like this weekend there was a pitch called. I knew it was a ball. It was all the way a ball. I watched my catcher lean way over. Ball.
You get that shoulder. You get that shoulder lean.
He did a shoulder lean. Yeah, Turner, what's up? Rich, what's up? Keith, how y'all doing? Mama Nancy.
I can't see any comments.
Mama Meerdink. Mama, all of you. Misty Dawn, what's up, y'all? Look, hey, I was out last week, and
It was the best show ever.
no, it wasn't, y'all. I watched for a minute. The only time y'all had anybody listening is whenever I called in.
You know what's funny? So Steve was here.
Right.
Okay, so Steve showed up in the driveway to talk to Rodney, and I was like, "Come on, Steve, come here on the show." He's like, "No, I'm not going to be on the show." I said, "The hell you're not, dude." He had a freaking blast.
Oh, I know he did.
Yeah.
It was great. And we got something coming special, too, from Mako Builders, but we're going to wait till Rodney comes back in town, because I'm not going to do it without him.
Rodney's not here.
Oh, damn. Whoa,
man.
Where's my car?
Dude, where's my Rodney?
That reminded me of that one time I did mushrooms. That was crazy.
Rodney is in Texas, isn't he?
I keep saying we need to get us on a stick.
Yeah.
And anytime one of us is
Just
not
go.
here, we just put the stick up.
That's not a bad idea.
No. But we do got special guests coming in tonight. We got Mr. Danny from Central Arc Appliances. He's
There they all are.
Hey!
They're all trolling in
Damn,
here.
they all come rolling in at the same time. Man, that's what I was just telling everybody. We got Patrick Beam with Patrick and the People coming in. We got Danny here. We got Rich Rockwell coming in. You can have a seat. You can have a seat. You can do whatever. You just come on in.
He's going to give you your freezer back in the next day or two. He's going to come see me.
My neighbor?
Neighbor?
Yeah, he's got all of his.
He says,
What's up, Patrick?
I hold all my neighbors' meat in the freezer over there.
Mikey, get a new truck.
Huh? Yeah. No, that ain't my truck out there. That
Driving that was
what?
flipping. He goes,
I guess, Patrick, welcome, sir.
what's going on, man?
Turn your mic on, or
Patrick know each other.
Does that one even turn on?
hold on.
I don't even know how that works.
This one sucks.
You ain't got him muted.
No. Try that one.
Joe Freeze.
Try
It may
that
be. I was gone last week, so they probably just screwed
one.
everything
Probably
up.
mess with the gigawatts.
Right, Patrick.
Anyway, so
Each other.
Test.
There he is.
Well, see,
There he
you
is. Much
go,
better,
there.
much
Yeah.
better.
I guess you got my text about the tripwire coming
No.
through the gate.
No, you're an asshole for having some kind of saw-level death trap. I hit that with my ankle. My butthole had a seizure.
Damn right it did. I text
Talking
you.
about, why would you do that, man? You're sick, man. What's wrong with you?
I text you beforehand. It was like, hey, look out for the trip.
No, man, it hit me right at the ankle, went straight to my asshole, man. I'm sorry.
Hey, time out.
Say that.
You're welcome.
Oh, no, it's great. No,
Did it feel good?
it's still tingling.
Have you ever
I don't think I have any hair left.
have you ever pissed on one?
It's like electrolysis. No, hell no.
There was a song back in the day.
I remember that.
So when I was little, I had no sense. I was stuck an electric fence. It curved me hair and rattled me balls and made me shit in me overalls.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah,
and that's real talk.
yeah.
'Cause I pissed on one before, and it's
Why did you do that?
for my dogs.
Oh,
My dogs. So I got one dog.
you wanted them to learn from your pain?
Correct.
Yes.
So one dog is never been fixed, and if there's something in heat a mile down the road, he's getting out.
He gonna
I
get
see.
it.
He has legit dug out of my yard into the neighbor's yard, out of the neighbor's yard, went 3 neighborhoods down, and dug into the backyard of another house.
Sounds like my teenage years.
Prom all over again.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, it was crazy. But no, let me have it.
Yeah, do not unplug that one.
But he, no man, he just
100-foot cord here.
he digs out, and then I got this new fence, and he was quick to dig out because not everything's right.
Right,
You know? So
right.
I'm like, I put it up, and I'll leave it on for about a month, and then I'll turn it off.
Yeah.
He gets his ass.
Man.
I'll I'll tell you a story.
He's going to tell you a story.
Um,
Is that the story?
Yeah, so this is horrible. So if there's anybody with PETA here, kick rocks. We I've had electric fences and stuff like that my whole life. My grandpa had beagles and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But we'd always fire it up, take a dog, and just toss them over there on it and run away.
Let them get used to what it felt like.
Right, that was it. So I put this one up. This was right when we got this Yorkie. Yorkie, little dog.
Yeah.
And then my other dog, he ain't a big dog. He's like Beagle.
Yeah.
No, just put it on. Your ears can't tell the difference. We take my big dog and I toss him over there, and he
God, who's got the big ass
and he
head?
took off running.
That's Rodney.
And then I grabbed my wife and kids stand out there too. I grabbed the Yorkie and tossed him over there. That's so. And then he starts shaking.
Oh, yeah.
And then he starts doing this little death walk, and he falls over.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I've never seen that before.
You thought he just had a heart attack. I just took him out.
So I look over at my wife, and she's looking at me, and Chase is looking at me, and I'm like, I just killed this dog right here in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And then he gets up.
You unalived him.
He
You got to say
unalived
that.
him, yeah.
Unalived.
He wobbles, and he looks really drunk, and he goes over and he falls back down. I was like, yep, this is it. I'm done.
Yeah.
And
Burger's having a seizure.
I just got defamilied.
right, obviously he did not. He stayed with us. It was a scary moment, but I can tell you this right now. That other dog's dug out 15, 20, 30 times. We've left the gate open.
That dog won't go.
His little ass does not leave the yard.
No, I bet it does. Man, I had when Rousey, my boxer, was still basically a puppy. At that time, we had a Chihuahua, and we were exploring the shock collars.
Oh, yeah.
And so
They hurt, by the way.
we were putting one on him, and Rousey came over she just wanted to sniff and see what was going on, and he barked at her and went and he thought she bit him, and she bit that Rousey right in the face. Rope. Just
Oh,
because
my
she
God.
thought that she had bit him instead of the electricity, so we couldn't
Rich,
even
come
do it,
around
man.
back.
Did you tell him about the wire?
No, don't tell him. Don't
Watch out
tell.
for the
No,
wire.
don't tell him.
I saw it. Of course, I never look up
Satan's
anyway when
trap.
I'm walking. I'm always staring down at the ground, unhappy.
No,
depressed.
Jigsaw should roll out on a tricycle as soon as you get past it.
I had a boxer. His
Yeah.
name was Jaeger.
Yeah.
And he did the same stuff, but I did the underground fence. Mm-hmm. And it's got the little collar, and you can put the tester on it and walk up to it, and the tester would go dee-dee-dee-dee.
Yeah.
Well, I had the collar and the secondary collar in this hand, and I was testing this one and walked up to that fence. It hurts.
I bet it did.
It lit my ass up.
I
But
bet it did. It bit you real good.
he would take off and he would jump through. He would jump over the fence, the underground fence, and you'd hear him every time he. And then an hour later, he would just be sitting in the yard, like on the outside of the yard. Like he would never. He would jump out and get lit up, but he would never jump back in. What's up, Rich?
Whatever. Rich.
How are you, sir?
Hey, there's a folding chair right there if you want to grab
Yeah,
that. You can use that on me later if you
Yeah.
want.
Dude, for real? Second time? Let's do it, dude. I swear to God,
Yeah,
y'all
that'd
did
be awesome.
not hit him hard enough. I don't care how that thing is partially warped. Y'all did not. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
That was weak.
Well, it wasn't any Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No, but I mean, Steve wasn't actually trying to kill me. And that being said, he was swinging from like 3 feet down, so I wasn't that worried.
Yeah.
It's like getting hit by a hornswoggle. Not that worried.
What the hell's a
He's
hornswoggle?
I can't say the M word. He's a little person.
A midget.
Okay, that
Little
We can say that.
little people.
They actually do not get offended by that.
they do not get offended by
No.
that. We get offended by
Oh,
we
only-
get offended by
No,
everything.
Only those who choose to be.
Right, yeah.
So, Rich?
That's
What's
that's
up,
the
man?
world
How
we
you
live in.
doing?
Oh, Rich. Yeah, no.
What's up, man? Long time no
Y'all
see.
remind me
It's
to
been a
tell
minute.
you about this story. It's probably not radio appropriate.
Yeah,
you know,
don't tell you
family
then.
watch, but
We're not trying to get canceled tonight.
But it involves a tins machine.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I had
Those
some
are-
with one of those.
those
Y'all
are-
know about that, don't you?
Those
Oh,
are
yeah.
fun trying
Yeah.
to drink and
Yeah.
yeah, they'll
Yeah, we're
Well, I
hooking
knew a
them up.
girl. I'll just
You know.
say that.
put them on your.
Well, you just hook them up. It's supposed to simulate like what period cramps would be. That's
Right.
what they did to Rich.
So,
Yeah, dude,
so,
it was
so in
horrible.
order, it was nothing, right?
Huh?
Nothing, right?
Yeah, nothing at all. No, up until they turned it up to about 8 or 9.
Yeah,
And
right.
I'm sitting there dying at the edge of the table. He's just sitting
Yeah.
there talking, and I'm like, just end the show already, Patrick.
Yeah.
Come on.
If period cramps were that bad, people would be running around in
yeah.
circles.
Oh,
I
dude,
promise you.
yeah. No.
It's not like a man cold or anything. I mean, it's not that serious.
No,
All right.
certainly not.
Well,
No,
I
I
think
said-
I think these women just play it up. I really do.
Well, you know how it is, man.
Man, Patrick, I got a question for you,
Okay,
man.
man.
Dude, I didn't get to listen to your show after you did the Looney Bin. What that was very unique.
Oh yeah, the Gateway Show.
Yeah.
Man, it is unique. It was a really amazing thing actually to be part of, and I was really fortunate because I got to do the whole week there. The Gateway Show just came in on Sunday,
Okay.
but it was the same cast of people that had been in the show all week.
Did you do the same set all week?
I
they?
started with a set, the basic premise of my set that I had, and then each day it kind of expanded and grew a little bit as I kind of legged it out some, So by the time I got to Saturday, it was pretty well developed. But Sunday's show, the Gateway Show, Billy Anderson, great comedian, and what a brilliant concept he put together. But he comes in, and the premise is that you have 4 comedians, and they're going to come up and they're going to do roughly 10 minutes completely stone cold sober, nothing at all, not all day, not 24 hours, no anything of any kind, right? And you come in and you do that 10. Then when everybody's done, they take you outside, and they proceed to give you
Influences.
they gave me a stick to light on fire that had a lot of additives in it. As well, though, and the thing I wasn't expecting was they include the audience, and they say, hey, we're going to go out here, and everybody that wants to come out and take part in this can. And not only that, but anything you hand to them, they have to take.
Holy crap!
Yeah, so it was like
Woodstock.
3 or 4 vapes. It was like 5-6 spliffs. It was like 1 cross spliff.
Holy crap.
It was just nonstop, man. And so, by the time I got back in, man, I was
Using a different time zone.
man. It was now lucky I had prepared for that eventuality and was ready with what I had to deliver afterwards. And I thought it out and planned it out, and it finally, I'd really been thinking about it and had an idea, but then that day it hit me before I went in, and I got some note cards and wrote some funny
Right.
things on them.
Right.
So you cheated.
And no,
work smart, not hard.
No, listen, here's what I did is I played up that I was so stoned
Right.
I couldn't really talk,
Right.
and I made the audience read the card for me.
Read the punchline.
That's
Yeah,
right. When
that's
we
right.
surprisingly
I made
make
the
y'all
audience
read the
read the
book.
punchlines.
How did that go over?
Very well.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
And it was about 3 minutes of the set I needed to do as well. So, and then I just hit the gears
Done.
and did the set that I had planned.
Well, that's fun.
It's like
It was
whenever
fun.
we have guests read the book
Yeah,
or read a book, it just works.
Right.
yeah. Sometimes it just does, But I had the great luxury of working with some amazing comedians all week, and so it was really a good space to be in to have a good time and cut loose. But now, Wayne over there, we're going to set up some more shows coming up, for myself.
Awesome. Guys, for those of you who are just now tuning in, we're now joined by Patrick and the People co-host. We got Rich Rockwell and Angry Patrick himself. Do you still go by Angry Patrick, or do you prefer?
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Because you've got
matter.
a million different things going on.
Yeah,
so-
no, Angry Patrick Beam. It does. All of it
Asshole.
works the same. Yeah, all
I
works
answered
the
the
same.
same. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's my wife just refers to me as P when it comes to texting. I'm just P is doing this, or if you get a look out for a call from P,
Hey,
what
hey, watch out below for P.
We
Yeah,
I seen a meme the other day. It said my wife is currently suffering from I married a trophy husband to what the hell did I do with my life?
yeah.
But no, you know we got Patrick and Rich here, but we'll start the show off with we got what is this?
That's beef.
Why didn't you eat that?
Because I'm talking.
Did you know that mice shit on this table?
I know. Well, ew.
You're
No,
Never
I'm
mind,
not
I can't
gonna
say
do
that.
I'll eat it.
But we got Danny over here from Central Arc Appliances, and
Crip.
right, yeah, he's all crippled. He decided to lay a motorcycle down at 50 miles an hour.
He thought he was Tom Cruise.
Probably doing about that, if not better.
Right. Well, some
Right.
dumbass
Well,
pulled out in front of him, and
That's what I heard.
he didn't have his melon pad on, and he took a little ride. But
Got a little
My
pavement
ankle's
pizza.
worse than
and
anything, though.
Right.
Jeez, I mean.
But we, Danny has always, and I mean always, supported the
I love
community.
the way you say always because it's always.
I didn't say always.
You said it. You said it weird.
You say shit weird.
Say it right.
I get pissed when I'm not included in shit that
Right.
costs me money.
Right. So that's what that's what I was going to
that's
say.
right.
He's always involved, and anytime we do a fundraiser, something's going on, he's like, "Hey, what do you want? What do you want?
What do you
want?"
need?
And
What
he
do you
throws,
need?
He throws
Yeah.
at it, you know.
That's
and then
great, man.
there was one year that we were doing a fundraiser, and he calls me up. He was like, "Dude, I just found out you're doing a fundraiser," and I was like, "Yeah, I know." He was like, "What the hell? You didn't call me?" And I was like, "Yeah, because you're always helping." And he was like, "I'm pissed. Let me help." So.
Well, piss may not have really been the word.
Right. Well, it sounds good on show, but
Yeah.
but
You know, it touched my heart in a real negative way.
right, yeah, yeah.
He's got FOMO.
But he's always taking care of people. He's always taking care of the community. He's always doing whatever he can to. He said it whenever we first met. He said, "I cannot run my business without this community."
Yeah. That's facts. And this,
Right.
Well, I could. I'd just have to do it somewhere else.
right. No, if you live in this state, that's straight up facts. You know,
Right.
it is about a community and a community within a community at times.
Thanks, Darren. What's up, Albie? But so apparently, I just say apparently, not apparently. That's the wrong freaking word. I wasn't here. We had baseball, but Danny went to
talking
do
about the umps earlier.
Oh,
Did you see that
yeah.
latest one where the dude, like, I forget what team it was, but he walked out and he just said to the ump, he was like,
Oh, yeah,
"Hey,
you're
man,
having a bad
kinda having
day."
a bad day,"
Yeah.
and the ump was like, "You're out."
toss it.
It just got worse.
Right.
You thought I was having a bad day.
We'll fix that problem for you.
But Danny went on service call, and when he got to the service call, he noticed some things that weren't quite right. He reached out to me and said, "Hey, man, I need some help."
And you said, "Don't bother me."
I was like, "I'm not doing shit. You're going to have to call Michael." No.
What's up,
No.
Latasha?
We sat down and talked for a minute, and then ended up calling Michael because I couldn't do anything. But I'm going to give it to Danny for a minute and let Danny tell y'all what he encountered and then what he did after he
Did what I did.
did what he did. So, Danny, Central Arc Appliances.
Well, we had a call, service call, just like a normal service call. One of the guys went out and was looking at this lady's fridge that was all froze up on the inside, and it was a French door refrigerator, and it had ice pouring out the top vents that where it breathes, circulates the air. Well,
So bonus ice.
it's in the refrigerator, man. There shouldn't be any ice in the fridge.
Sounds like a bonus, but I didn't know.
Right. But anybody that knows anything, you can't breathe through solid ice.
Right.
So air can't flow. And I told him, I said, "Man, I need to go down here and look at this because there's something that's going to be serious effect with it, as
Right.
bad as what I saw the pictures." And so the next morning, we told the lady that we was going to come back out there and look at it. And we get there, and I took Alec with me that had been there the day before. He's new with us. And Zach, our lead tech, went. And we got down there, and I looked at the inside, and I was like, geez, I mean, I've worked on some, but I had not seen one that had so much ice coming out of the top, the vent holes. It was just like, dude, this is bad. This
Yeah.
is several hours to at least just thaw it out enough to get
Right.
the cover off the inside. And we'd been there about 15 minutes, and the lady had asked me, how much more is this going? What's this going to cost me? And I was like, it's not going to cost you anything else. We chose to come out. I wanted to be able to look at it a little deeper, investigate it a little bit
Yeah.
more, because I thought there was something more going on than what there actually was. And while I was there, she proceeded to start talking to me. And I won't say her name, but she lives on Duncan Road,
He lives down the road.
across over from where the New Easton Cafe is, and in a modular home like a trailer that's got steps up in it, and it's probably 4 foot off the ground maybe or something like that. But I was in there, I was talking to her, and she was telling me that she's in a wheelchair, and she's lost part of her leg, cut off just below the knee, And I was like, man, that's sad. Well, she said she went into the hospital. She's had some problems with wounds, and she went into the hospital because she had a wound on the bottom of her foot. And she just thought they was going to be able to work on her foot a little bit. She wakes up and, bam, well, you're missing part of your leg.
Yeah.
How in the hell?
Man, if you get staph or sepsis or certain
MRSA.
things,
But
MRSA,
I've had
where that
MRSA,
can
and I'm
be.
telling you, when I
It
had
can be-
MRSA,
but man, it's crazy though to think about it happening,
when I
Like
had,
you go to sleep
and you wake
thinking
up
I'm
without
going
a
to wake
leg.
up without a foot.
no,
And-
just have your foot worked on.
Just have it worked on.
Oh, I thought they were like, hey, we're going to take your foot.
I don't think that was the plan.
Holy shrimp boats,
Oh, man.
Lieutenant Dan, dude, that's insane.
So, but I've had MRSA, and I went to Saline County. But anyway, I'll get back to my story. But yeah, I almost lost my finger, and my doctor said, go across the street to the ER. You're going to need surgery. And I'm like, when? And he goes, like, now. And I'm like, what? He says, if not, you're going to lose your hand within the next day or two, your finger within the next day, and your hand by the end of the week. And I'm like, you're kidding me. He's like, no.
well, that's
So-
insane. So the lady wakes up,
She's
her
missing
knees
part
gone,
of her
leg
leg.
gone.
And so she's in the hospital, and then she finds out, she does so well at the exercises in the hospital, the adapting, that she didn't qualify for rehabilitation, and that was a stunner for her. So they send her home. She's got steps leading up into her house.
Right,
Hell, if it catches on fire, she cannot get out of her house.
right.
So it was all her husband and son could do to be able to put the money together to build a ramp. And we're talking about a 1, 2, 3 ramp to be able to work a wheelchair.
Yeah,
And dude, I was looking at it and I was like, this fridge is going to need some serious work. And I felt the back of it, and it was like 36 degrees in the refrigerator back wall.
Right.
It's 52 inside. Well, that right there tells me that the drain's probably collapsed. It's a PVC drain. It's cracked. And all of the water that's supposed to be running out underneath
It's froze in
seeking,
there.
It's seeking into the cabinet insulation, and it's just pulling the moisture all through, and it's freezing the whole fridge
Right.
up. And it's 9 years old, and I'm like, this is going to be a problem. And she's like, I can't afford a new fridge. I can't afford a new fridge. She heard me and Zach talking. She goes, I can't afford to buy a new fridge. And I said, started walking outside. I said, Zach, come here a minute. And I go out on the front porch, and I call my wife, Diana. And, dude, it was all I could do to keep my
Emotions.
Your levity.
I mean, I was literally, when I called her, I was like, I need you to come down here. And she's like, what? I said, I need you to come down here to this house at Duncan. And she's like, what happened? Are you okay? Because she just assumed
Yeah.
that I fell off the porch or
Right.
something with my bad
that
ankle.
typical
Just
Danny?
assume you done something dumb.
Well,
yeah,
that I re-injured myself or
yeah,
whatever.
fit the MO. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. It fit
Yeah,
the
no,
MO.
I get you,
Danny's
yeah.
already hurt, and he's done fell and hurt
Yeah.
himself. Because, man, the other night, Saturday night, I tripped down my steps about 4, and I had to catch myself, and my foot's bruised and swollen worse than what it was from day one. So anyway, long and short of that, it was all I could do to keep my emotions together. And I told my wife what was going on with it, and I said, I want to give her a fridge. And she's like, what? I said, I want to give her a fridge. She needs a fridge. She can't afford one. This woman's been through hell and back,
Right.
and she needs help. And I want to help her. I said, you told me when we started this business that we were going to do it right. We're going to treat people right, treat people fair, and not take advantage of folks, that we're going to do this to be able to help people. And I said, this is our opportunity right here to be able to help someone in our own community. And we do that all the time, but nothing of this stature.
Right. Yeah, and if you don't know, if you hadn't bought a fridge lately, they certainly
They're
aren't
not
cheap.
Dude, let me tell you.
My last one was about $2,300, I think.
There
Oh,
you
got
go.
off easy. My wife picked the $3,000 model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I nearly fell out.
Ours does
shopping.
lap dances and everything.
Go
So
buy you,
we
go
got all
buy
the
you
bells
an
and whistles.
LG signature to where you wave your foot in front of the hologram and the door opens up top for
Yeah,
you.
that's the
Look,
one that has
no.
the bonus.
That's what I
hole.
got kids for.
There you go. You open the
bonus
freezer doors down bottom and the shelves slide out, you know?
That's
Yeah, for the
insane.
bonus hole.
There you go. So anyway, I said I want to give her a fridge. I said, what do we have in Scratch and Knit right now? I said, she's got a French door. She says, we've got a Frigidaire gallery. It's a French door. It's brand new. It's got a little cup. Mikey's seen it. It got 2 or 3 little blims on the side, and that was it.
Oh yeah,
It's brand spanking new. It's got manufacturer
Yeah.
warranty.
I've got
and all
more
on it.
dents and dings on me than that thing had on it.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, it was just 3 little dings on the
Yeah.
side of it. And it retails for about $3,200 and
Yeah.
sells on sale for about $2,800 or so, and that was the one. And I walked back inside, and I told her, I said, look, it's going to cost a lot of time and money to be able to thaw this thing out just to find out if the drain's collapsed. I said, we're talking several hours. And I said, if the drain's collapsed, it's trash. I said, it's 9 years old. You need a new fridge. I can't afford a new fridge. I said, that's okay. I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you a new refrigerator because that's what I want to do. And she says, how much is that going to cost me? I said, maybe you didn't understand me. I almost said her name.
You almost did it, didn't you?
What's up, Andy?
But I don't want to put her out there like
don't do
that. She
that,
may not want it. But I said, it's not going to cost you anything. I'm going to give it to you because that's what I want to do, and we want to be able to help you. I said, it breaks my heart to see you like this. And that woman started to almost tear up.
I bet.
And I reached
Hell,
down.
I'd tear up.
Yeah, I reached down and I gave her a hug. She gave me a hug, and she goes, I need to call my husband and make sure it's okay.
I don't think so, Scooter. You're getting a new fridge. But I knew it was serious.
She called her husband.
Hey, some guy wants to give me a fridge. Make out with him.
Right.
I think this is exactly. I don't know if we talked about this last time I was here or not, but if you look at the modern version of celebrity right now, the Hollywood tropes are kind of on the way out.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And what you're seeing are the Post Malones, you're seeing the Mr. Beast, you're seeing the Jelly Rolls,
the Givers,
these people who
the kids that crawl down in a drain to save another little kid.
They're not worried as much about the Met Gala as they are about the dude next to them or the person over here that needs help, and they're out in the community.
Yep.
Prominently being involved in that, and I think that's so much more potent or powerful than any ad you can buy, any type of publicity you can get. Is just, look, I see a need, I'm going to help because I can. May not can do it every time, may not be able to ever do it again. I don't know, but I can today.
Right.
And that's what I'm going to do. And I think that's admirable, and that's in line with, I think, where we're going as a people, I hope.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's wishful thinking. I really hope you're correct.
That'd be
great. I see a lot more of it. I mean,
hope
the Jimmy
so.
Darts and the Mr. Beast,
right.
and I'm starting to see it with a lot of football players.
Yep.
I'm really starting to see a lot more of it.
Look at the Savannah Bananas right now. Now, as far as, I'm not going to say that they're generously given to people, but what they're doing is they're changing the world as baseball by the way they're interacting with everybody.
Right.
Fans are important.
Fans
Right.
first.
Hold on. Didn't you just have something paid off by ASAP Rocky?
I did see
Yeah,
that.
man. Yeah.
Rihanna's man?
I guess, yeah. I was sitting
she's
at
a
home and all of a
billionaire, so
sudden
he's
Cash
got
App
the
hit me
money.
and it was
He
like,
pays more in taxes than
it was like, hey, we partnered up with ASAP Rocky and he took care of one of your, afterpay, delayed
Right.
payment things on Cash App.
It was
or
like
whatever.
$32,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, I wish.
I wish.
I would have definitely been posting it a lot more. Yeah.
You know what's perfect about what this is right here is I made a post and I said, look, people ask me why I'm so adamant about supporting local and taking care of local.
Yeah.
This is the reason.
Right.
I mean,
Well, no, it's a direct impact.
it is. And then another course, of course, there was another comment about why would you put that out there on social media? And that was a quick answer because when we do stuff like as dads and we're doing fundraisers and we're blast, they're like, why are you trying to put yourself on a pedestal? No, I'm trying to get through to you and you and
That's
you.
Right. I'm trying to show you we're here.
And hope.
you guys have learned this too, that the bigger you are, the bigger platform you have,
Right.
the more good you can do.
That's right.
Right.
Well, look,
But-
that's exactly what Mr. Beast has demonstrated,
Correct.
isn't it? I mean, who wouldn't want to follow that path where you can do more than? I mean, look, the dude's gone over and put 500 wells. I think was the
Yes.
number in Africa, where they couldn't get through the government red tape to do it, and he did it in 2 or 3 weeks. You know what I mean? That's the kind of stuff that really. And so what you're talking about is a social impact post.
Right.
that you want people to see and be inspired by and go, maybe I can help
can do
someone
that.
too.
That's it.
You
That
know,
is
I'm
it
a
right
business.
there.
Maybe I can help somebody out.
That is it. I've done, like, me personally, just by myself for the majority of my life, I did Toys for Tots as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
And what the hell are you doing?
Trying to get some network. I thought it
No,
might
you
work.
had to type in the Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi.
But it's
I thought he was taking a close-up shot of your head. I was like, this is getting real weird.
I'm doing an X-ray right now.
It's just one of the examples of why it's so important to support those who support you.
Dude, it made me feel good. I told her it was an honor to be able to do this.
Well,
for them.
I can tell you right now, you send 25 emails to any of the big box stores, and I promise you might get one back, and it's going to be no.
Right.
Right.
Oh,
Typically,
yeah.
you're right.
So
Thank you for your comments.
right.
Here is $2 off. Your next
Right.
Yeah, you'll get a
Here,
coupon.
we'll give you
Yeah.
a $50 discount.
Yeah.
Right.
it's horseshit, but that's what makes and I know that there's other communities out there, and I just speak on our community and community as a whole is not just where we live, it's just our surroundings. You deal with it every day, Patrick, and the
Absolutely.
people.
This is what it's about
Right. It
to
is.
us anyway.
It's amazing that when you can make that network go in a full circle, you know, people will come out of the woodworks to give.
Right.
Because they're like, hey, these folks are serious. They want to help.
Right.
You know, let's, you know, and there's
If
a
they
trust
think you're an
thing.
honest broker
Correct.
and you're authentic,
Right.
then
It's
it's
so
certainly it's an easy ask, and easy, you know, it's easy to throw $5, $10, $50, you know, if you believe in what's going on and you think it's honest and authentic. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mikey was there. What was their response, her and her husband's?
They said, "Get the hell out of my house." No, they didn't.
Get off my lawn!
Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
No, they were extremely grateful. They were extremely thankful, and it's really cool when you can help someone who deserves to be helped.
Absolutely.
Well,
it
I'm
is.
thinking about it from like a business standpoint. You know, Dad's After Dark, Patrick, and the people, Vapors, even. Like, if I'm looking at it and I have the opportunity to spend $500 to promote our next event on Facebook or whatever through advertising, or spend $500, get some free advertising out of it, and help somebody in
Right.
the long run that draws more people in, why would I not go with that option that spreads more good?
Well,
Instead of just benefiting me, now I benefited however many other people with that same 500.
Danny and I had the same conversation on Saturday because he was a little hesitant about going live and doing it, and I told him, I said, look, people are going to judge you no matter what you do.
Right.
But
And I don't care.
I said, but you need, as a business, you've got to promote yourself out there, what kind of business you are.
You're a
and
brand.
what you do. Cause agree. You're a brand.
It's not even the business is academic,
Right.
To the person behind it. You know, factually speaking, people buy from people they like.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Relationships.
And
I buy from people I hate. That's my one motto. That's
a good way to go.
My way of life, right there.
80% because they like you and 10% because of product
Well, I mean,
so.
look, I'm more comfortable
My
with you
math's
that
wrong,
way
whatever.
if I know you, if you're local, and I can come to your place and go, hey, I got a problem.
Right.
But when I see a business that reaches out and does for others, that makes me more inclined to want to do business with them. for
Exactly.
sure.
And that's why
you
it
know,
was so important for Danny to put that out there and us helping put it out there. And it was more of a, hey, this is the kind of business I am.
Right.
And you probably didn't have time to off the cuff do a whole YouTube video
Oh,
about
no.
it. You know,
It was-
we just-
yeah.
right
you
now.
just did it. You just literally
he
did.
met me there,
Yeah.
pulled up. I walked outside. He said,
Yeah.
let's go live.
Latasha Mack on here just says she's got a homeless vet and his dog that she helps all the time, and it just makes her feel good in her soul just to see him smile. So she was like, but I've never posted about that on. You know, you should post. Actually, you just did, Latasha.
Yeah.
Keep
But-
posting
but
it. Don't post it because it's not bragging. This has been my words, and this was words that were given to me from one of the great radio legends in the state of Arkansas that's no longer with us, but Mr. Bob Robbins.
There you go.
I was talking to him one day and was talking about Toys for Tots, and we were sitting side by side, and he said, you know what, this all started because I wanted to get someone else's attention and see if they would give like I want to give.
Right.
And he goes, if you put this in front of 1,000 people and one person goes, hey, I can do that too, then guess what? There's going to be another person and
Right.
then another person. And that just kind of stuck with me.
Yeah.
So
It only it takes one person to change a life,
That's
and
it.
that's I tell my son that with his music stuff. I said, look, I don't care if there's 5 people there. I said, you perform like you're performing in front of 5,000 people,
absolutely.
because one
Well,
person can change your life.
people just gotta
Same
get off-
concept with you
yeah,
know, the
they just
internet.
got to get off their damn pedestal and quit trying to assume that everybody's flexing or bragging or whatever it may be. And
What up,
just-
Michael Demp here?
You know, there are some people that do it for the wrong reasons.
Sure.
Absolutely.
But you know, in all actuality, I mean, even if you're if you're helping someone in need and it's for the wrong reason, is it wrong?
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
even if I don't like the way you tell your story, I mean, it's still the net benefit's the same,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So something else
help helps.
I encountered one day. So Toys for Tots, we did this big toy drive, donated a bunch of toys. My mom was the personnel manager at Walmart at the time. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't in her Walmart. I just went to another Walmart and walked around the corner, and it was right after Christmas, and there was buggies and buggies over at the customer service desk full of return items. And I was like, what is all this? And as we were standing there, I watched this man come in, and this is before they started ripping barcodes off of everything. This man come in and returned a handful of toys. And then 5 minutes later, I saw him at the register with a 30-pack of beer and a carton of cigarettes. And I was like,
That's my dude.
and their assumption was, yeah, asshole. Their assumption
cut his
was
damn mic
that
off.
they had returned some of their Toys for Tots or Angel Tree or whatever avenue they received, and then bought, whatever. None of them had bought milk or eggs or bread. It was nonsense.
Of course.
So that kind of got my attention, and it made me mad. And then, of course, Your Majesty, Mr. Robbins told me, he said, bro, he said, look, he said, it's not what they do, it's what you do.
Right. No, it's true.
He was like, so, but anyway, that's in a nutshell, we can't give people like Danny enough credit for taking care of the community, loving on the community.
Thank you, Danny.
I promise you, I was not in financial situation to give away a $2,800 refrigerator, but I did it because that woman needed it more than I did.
Yep.
And perfect example of it in action right there. Joyce Meerdink.
That's my mother.
Okay. She just commented, said she usually shops at the big appliance stores, but after watching what you did for that lady, she says she's going to drive from Jacksonville to Landmark for her next purchase.
That's
Well,
what's
and
up right
that's what
there.
I was telling Danny too. That's that type of story, that exposure. If it can change a couple people from going to Home Depot, to shopping locally, that's what it's all about.
Right.
That woman didn't ask for help.
No.
Right.
She didn't ask for
Well,
help.
and I was gonna
she
say that
paid
too,
her
'cause
service call fee the first day we went out there.
When you do that, you never know exactly, like you guys said, who else may step up. And I'm the type of person, like, call it pride, ego, whatever you want to call it. But if I'm struggling, I'm not really the type of person to reach out and be like, hey, can someone help me? I'm the type of person that's like, all right, I got to figure out how to take care of this. And the only person I can count on is me.
Correct.
So to have somebody come out of the blue and be like, hey, man, let me replace your refrigerator. Let me take care of this for you. Or can I do that, man?
Well, here's the greatest thing about it that is you can't outgive God.
Mama Cheesy's in the house.
Everybody's
coming to see us tonight.
Come to give me a hug. for
It's
my
a party
good deed.
now.
I've seen it in her eyes.
So it's funny. We're gonna bring some comedy into this real quick. I try to give Mama Cheesy a hug. Hello,
Smell
darling.
like
So,
dirty, nasty
but-
boy.
when I got back to the store, there was a man that had just dropped his he's got Frigidaire Professional 36-inch freezer, single door 36-inch refrigerator. He dropped it off. Needs a leak fixed in it. I said it's going to be about $1,200. I talked to him on the phone. Talked to him a couple of months ago when he
just
tried
saw
to
you.
do. I told him, I said, try to do sealer, put some sealer in it, and that may fix the problem. Just gave him some free advice out of it to try to help him out. It lasted about 3 months. Well, when we got back to the store, they had just unloaded his freezer off on the back dock, and he said, "I need you to fix it." I said, "Man, it's going to cost about $1,200." I said, "But that's about half of a new one." He says, "Done. Okay, no problem. Take care of it for me." It's a $1,200 sale to come into my door right
After
Right.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No,
I didn't even know it was coming.
the boomerang always happens. I mean, but it's not a matter of looking for that. It's just going to happen because that's, karma's a wheel. It
Every
comes
time I
around.
do something
100%.
good for somebody, it always comes back to me even bigger.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's a
karma's
lesson
wheel.
for everybody out there. Remember that. Do something nice for your neighbor today.
And here's the problem: it's not freaking hard.
Well, and you're doing it.
It's
for
hard when
you.
there's
It's
jerks
not.
like you.
You can.
example.
Thank you.
Sorry, I love you.
You're about to get your ass kicked, sir.
He's done threatened me like
there
5
is-
times.
That's our number one intern right there. That's Miss Kim Cheeseman. She has been right here with us since the very, very, very first time we hit the play button.
Absolutely.
Like, it's funny. We'll be sitting here talking on the show, and Michael will be like,
I won't tell my wife.
"Man, dude, have y'all had a sonic blast in a while?" I'll be like, "No, man, I could sure use one right now." Bing! Here she goes popping in the door with sonic blast.
Dude, I said that one day.
We need one of those, man. Come on.
Why don't we have that?
We're lacking here, man.
We don't have
Y'all
a
gotta-
sonic blast
Y'all
getter.
got to get an intern,
seriously.
man.
Y'all need
Yeah.
interns. That's what you
We've
need
got
for the
two
show.
of them.
Oh, wow.
They battle each
I've
other.
been
called
doing
my-
wrong all this time.
Yeah.
They fight for the opportunity to get you a sonic blast.
Right.
That's
Well,
amazing.
and one day I walked in the show, like, man, I'm hungry. I was like, man, I kind of want a honey mustard chicken pizza from Larry's. It wasn't 15 minutes sitting right there.
Right
Was
there.
a
It was
honey
pretty
mustard
badass.
chicken pizza
That
from Larry's.
is a delightful pizza.
That's
That
why
was
they had to
Kim.
play rock, paper, scissors when I asked
Hey,
one of them to come
Shane-
in and help me out while you were at
well,
the
my
box
wife
for
just
the week, you
texted
know?
me, says
I guess
she's
Shane
not
was the one that
cooking
lost. They're like,
tonight.
I got to work,
So-
bud.
we're going to show up there on Patrick and the people. They don't even have interns to
Right.
get us our freaking outlaws. Like, fine, I'll do it this time. Jeez.
JG's over there texting me, like, so we're missing a mini fridge. If you hadn't figured out where that went, JG was like, I just come all the way over here to tell Danny how Shane screwed him out of a sale on a refrigerator because I give JG my mini fridge out of the shop.
It's all right. It'll break.
Got
in a week.
another fridge over there. That's why I needed
won't hold
Patrick and the
up.
people stickers
Yeah.
because
For the fridge,
I've
yeah.
got the fridge over
Came
there
by
now.
my shop.
We've got
buy
to get
one.
some more. We're
Yeah.
out, actually.
I'm going to
Thanks,
move
Shane.
it. I'm going to move it over here.
There you go.
Okay.
And then we're just going to anybody that comes in, if they got stickers, we're going to put stickers on. the
Y'all
fridge.
noticed that he couldn't be there to help me with the video, and now he's taking customers away from me because this man came by the shop to buy one.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'm
Just
just here to
messing with
do
you.
my part, sir.
Well, Danny, we're going to transition real quick, but we do appreciate everything
Yeah.
you do for this community. Thank you so much.
Look,
And it's a privilege. It's an honor to be able to help people in the community because
everybody
I wouldn't
make
be
sure to go to Central Arc Appliances on Facebook. Give them a like, give them a follow.
What's that number, Danny?
Send them a message.
it's 501-261-5055, and it's 14910 Arch Street in Little Rock. We're out in the Landmark community. You know, I'm not going to tell you don't go buy from big box stores because I don't want to.
I will. Screw them. Go buy from Danny.
But I will tell you that scratch and dent refrigerators come because big box store delivery companies,
Right.
they don't handle your product well.
Hey,
We'll get way better customer service.
You're right.
from Central Arc Appliances.
I've got a scratch and dent stove that I got from Danny.
that looks perfect.
My wife can burn every meal possible on that sumbitch.
My wife married a scratch and dent man.
There you go.
But
Hey, I love it.
it's like why I buy from Everett GMC is because every time I go in there, their customer service is impeccable.
Tim Akers says he needs a glass door mini fridge.
There you
I
go.
got one.
He's
for
got
him.
one. Tim, go see Danny right
Hey,
there.
we just made you some money right there,
So
Danny.
you know the customer service that we give is beyond what you'll get from any other company in town, I believe.
I called Danny when he was at an appliance conference in Texas.
Yep. I remember that.
Yeah.
Look, you look at my yard. I got his damn trailer out there for like 6 months
He's
now.
had it. I mean,
Hey, time out. Did Danny know you had it?
He does now.
hell, I'm going to need to put new tires on it when I get it back because it's going to be dry
Right
rotting.
after that electrical shock walking in, he was like, hey, that trailer looks familiar.
I'm like, shit, I hadn't seen that in my yard in probably 4 months.
Oh man.
Tim Akers said they had to get a new fridge a few months ago, and they went over to Central Arkansas Appliances, and they got taken care of, and it works great. So
There you go.
That's awesome.
that's what's up. But
Shane's too damn broke to buy a storage unit. So he
no, I
uses-
just needed a travel
so he
unit.
just uses my trailer for storage.
Look, I was moving mom-in-law in, and it was
Yep.
it was a needed right now situation, and Danny came
Sorry.
through. I need a new fridge and stove, but a weird stove, so I don't know. Hey, look, Latasha, right now,
Call Danny.
shoot Danny a message. I will almost promise you
I can
he'll
find
take
it
care
if
of
it's
it.
out there.
He will take care of it.
Custom
Said, what's the name of the business again?
They are great
Central
with
Arc Appliances.
Hey, look,
It's Central
Central Arc
dash
Appliances.
ARK Appliances. We live in Central Arkansas, and that's
Right.
where the name come from. Central Arc Appliances.
They are not just in sales; they do repair and service work.
And do custom installation.
Yeah.
You know, you got you
My
got
mom said after the crash, Danny's a scratch and dent now.
crash and burn.
That's
Yeah.
facts. Hashtag
Yeah,
facts
I
on
mean,
that.
I got scars here on my elbows, on my knees, my ankles.
I got a picture right when it happened, and it's pretty jacked up.
Oh yeah, man, my head.
You better go get you a damn helmet.
I got 3. I just couldn't decide which one I wanted to wear that day.
Looky there, El Agave. I got my fridge from them and stoves.
There you go.
And those are amazing community-driven people too.
For
so.
the people that have the stoves, the ranges that were 27 inches that set on a cabinet base, old school. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Of course.
Drop-in.
Yeah, the drop-in.
You can't get those anymore. I mean, you can, but my cost on them was like $2,200 and about a 14-week delay from GE.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I will come and take that out, cut out your countertops, and I do not care if it's granite or what. I can cut it and make it right and cut the
And fit
cabinet
it in.
base out and widen it and put you a brand new
A
range
full-size
in it.
range.
You betcha.
There you go.
I
Oven
do
and
it,
stove.
do it all the time.
There you go, Rich.
We'll
Call him.
post the link. We'll post the link. We'll make something. We'll put it up there. Give everybody easy access to it.
Yep.
All right. I got to go, guys.
All right, Danny,
My
thanks for
wife's
hanging
not
out.
cooking, and I'm going to have to make it to the Mexican restaurant down the street before 9 o'clock.
Based on
Because Kim didn't show up with Larry's Pizza.
based on how fast you were walking earlier, it's going to take you the rest of the time to get there by 9.
Right.
If I can get my truck, I'll make it.
Hey, he's got a little pink scooter that he rides around on. So
That's
it's
nice.
Dude.
That's nice.
Yeah, that lady told me. I went in there with one that had little skinny plastic wheels that my employee's dad let me borrow. Said you use as long as you need to, and it was a little bitty, and I appreciate the hell out of him letting me use it. I promise I do. And she said, I got a scooter that would be a whole lot better for you. It's got knobby tires on it and everything.
Put an
And she
Indian
said, "But
sticker on that bitch and go."
You may not want to use it. I'm like, why? Is it pink or something? She goes, it's pink. I was like, bring it on.
Yeah.
she's like, he said, you don't know me.
I was like, Dr. Ruth says men that wear pink is confident in their sexuality, so I'm going to ride a pink ride.
There you
Well,
go.
there you go, Dan.
And I've been sporting it all week.
There you go. Well, thank you for joining us,
Yeah.
Danny, and thanks for sharing your story. We appreciate it.
Hey,
Keep
no
doing
problem.
good work in the community, buddy.
And that's, I've lived out here 20 years, and I believe that this is my calling, is to run an appliance store and to help people in this community.
Absolutely, man.
So,
Well,
all right, guys.
well, be
Y'all
safe. Go
good.
get,
man, be
go get you
safe.
some dinner.
It's good to see you again, Patrick.
Good to see you as well, Dan.
And,
Hey,
and,
man,
you, and you, Rich.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're good. You're good.
Rich's chopped liver. Can
Right.
you hear?
No,
Even
I
though
can't
Shane
hear a
steals
thing,
my
man. I've just been
customers.
wearing them for,
Okay, for aesthetics.
yeah,
All right,
just
let
to,
me know.
make it look like I'm doing
Let
something.
me know
here.
if I do anything. Okay, I'm twisting some wires.
Oh, there we go. I got it now.
Got it?
Yeah, yeah.
It's,
there we go.
It's real iffy because it's a split.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, that's what
on a
sucks
wide
about it.
Now I can
or
actually
whatever.
hear
It's
everybody
a
in
split,
there.
yeah. But anyways,
Got to stop dropping elbows on these.
I love
things.
you just take a call just randomly.
he does
Right,
that all
he
the time.
just-
The most professional show you'll ever see.
Got to get my 100-foot phone charger.
At least I muted my damn mic.
Right.
He never does that.
No, so what I did, just so Danny will know, as you're walking to your truck, stop at the front porch and get a hat for your boy.
He will appreciate that.
I
There
got
we
one
go.
sitting on the front
And
porch for
He
you.
was like, I like that. He wanted mine. I was like, dude, no. That
Courtesy
was
to courtesy of Mrs. Outlaw, because she's the only one that can go get them right now.
I said, that was a gift to me, and I'm saving that for myself.
So we're gonna,
I'm gonna transition here. I'm gonna turn that up. Are you?
yeah,
connected?
you're gonna turn that up. So we're,
We hadn't had a chance that we've got something new that we want to debut, and we hadn't had a chance to put it on the board yet. It's we've been talking about this for a while, and this is kind of an homage to our buddy Angry Patrick over here.
Oh, no.
Um,
I'm already sus about this.
You did a radio
I
show
swear
for
to
a
God, if y'all
long
put
time.
spam on this table
No,
right
no,
now,
no.
I'm walking the hell out of here.
No, I'm done on that. Yeah.
so definitely that's what I was gonna say. We're working doing food. Bye, love you.
I just needed to calm down after the game.
Yeah, it was.
I
rough.
wish I'd have been there.
I just want to apologize to your neighbor for every comment I've ever said to him about his bad strike zone.
Oh no, I'm probably finna get on my soapbox about that too. So
All right.
Which one? The one next door over here?
no, not him.
I was
Just
going to say, don't
umpiring
piss
in
him off.
general.
He's coming to get a freezer from you after he gives you yours back that he stole.
Right? No, mine.
Love you.
He's using mine that's sitting right there. So anyway,
But we were talking about it, and we've been wanting to do this for a while because Outlaw comes on here all the time and gets on his soapbox and tells us about what's pissing him off that day.
Yeah,
And you did a radio show for a long, long time, and you did that on a daily basis.
Well, I have done it before, yeah.
Yeah.
I've done it once or twice.
So this is kind of this is going to be our new segment that we have here on Dad's After Dark, and we wanted to. It's very fitting that you're here for it because it's a little homage to you and your radio career, and we're adopting it. We're stealing it.
No, I appreciate that.
It's a brand new segment that we're calling "Get Off My Lawn."
get off my lawn.
Well, that's appropriate,
It's
yeah.
by Outlaw. It's called "Get Off My Lawn." But we played with a little Chat GPT. And it was funny is this just shows the difference in my taste and his taste because he's a little rainbowish sometimes. But we put some keywords in and we did a song.
Oh, I see.
For
It's
an
going to be an intro song that we're going to put on the board, but
Okay.
we're going to let y'all hear it here first. And everybody's listening live. I want y'all to 100% tell us what you think. I thought it was pretty cool. Mikey G thought it was whack.
Can you hear?
Yeah, we
but
got it. Yep.
Here we go. Let's see how.
Outlaw sitting on his porch, bourbon in hand, flip-flop slapping while he surveys his land. Young punks creep, think they slick on his turf. Outlaw growls, you ain't worth the dirt on my earth. Get off his lawn, don't test his rage. Flip-flop warrior, king of the age. Bourbon in his veins, mower by his side. Outlaw's wrath, nowhere to hide. Mower revving loud, cuts grass with precision. Outlaws glare sharper than a surgeon's incision. Turf protector, the
See, there's the challenge with a long song like this.
Yeah.
Is you gotta figure something to do.
Yeah. So we just dance.
We're gonna break it. We're gonna break it down a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna condense.
No, it's great.
Toast to his lawn. Y'all better scatter for the wrath gets drawn. Flannel shirt
You
stained,
can
but his
split it
pride
and
stays
bookend it,
clean.
too.
That's it.
Oh, that's a great
Right.
idea. See, you're not just a pretty face there, Patrick. You're not that either, but
Oh, I definitely am the sex symbol at this table. I can assure you of that. Yeah, no, I'm the hot piece of ass at this dance.
Right?
hey, Rich,
but-
you want to move over here so you're not as crowded?
Sure, man.
But yeah, so-
Can you get off my
yeah,
hip, Rich?
geez, man.
Get off my lawn.
I don't sit next to you enough.
This AI stuff is amazing, man. Like,
Oh, it
I've
is.
been playing with it, making baby pictures. I did one me of Rich. Did I win, by the way? Did I get to go to dinner with you? I'm just kidding.
we need to figure it out.
I don't know what happened.
No, he was doing something.
I
said
put
the-
in all the votes I could.
Right.
So I
Hey, what? I was also looking at the. Was it the Rcast or
Yeah.
whatever? I haven't seen any updates on that.
I haven't either yet.
I'm
at least
wondering
so far.
I'm wondering if anybody.
I think they were because I had looked it up online.
Oh, sorry. I had
Oh,
this on
see.
mute. Go ahead.
Move over here to the muted mic
Yeah,
so we
sorry.
can't hear you, Rich.
Yeah, no, that's-
see how
that's
this
what
works?
I do.
I got it. Jeez. No, I'd looked it up. So apparently they're still taking submissions or whatever for the RCast, and then I think
got
like
you.
the
Then
voting
after
is
that, they'll
supposed to.
put out the list and everybody will
Yeah,
go vote.
I think
right?
it's supposed to
List.
start in like October or November. So we've got a ways
is
till the
it
voting
all
starts,
directly
but-
only people vote on it is all the score, or are there other factors?
I don't know.
Judges,
I just
this,
actually
that, the other.
saw
think
y'all
it's all-
post, and I was like,
Well, I just
Damn.
didn't know what the exact criteria was. I just said, yeah, let's do it.
I was being a smartass, and I said, hey, let's have a battle with Patrick and the people. And somebody goes, game on. And I was
Yeah,
like,
no, it's always good. Always good to start a fist fight when you
right?
can.
I love it.
Hey, it's like
But
from Anchorman. You know, you got the different. You got the different.
Stay classy, America.
You got the different news crews at each other. Yeah, that's going to be radio shows here in Arkansas.
Dorothy,
Right.
man,
Local,
dude, this
local
is saint.
podcast. Yeah.
But hey, y'all.
Don't make me go to poopsenders.com.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
I went, hey, dude. That has been, I used that. I brought that up at dinner with the whole baseball team the other night. And, like, they got more views that night than ever. It was hilarious.
You're like, what's the sudden spike coming
You
from
know what's
Arkansas?
funny
man?
about that is we were just having a conversation earlier about that you cannot predict what's going to do well when you put it on video.
Yeah,
because
no.
The things I think are funny as hell will sit there with a couple hundred views. And then
Right.
something I think is as pedestrian as it gets has 12, 15, 20,000.
Right.
And you're like, why?
What the hell just
what
happened?
was it about
Right.
this video, you know?
Yeah.
Well, y'all go check that little song out we just dropped right there and tell us what you think about it. We're probably going to take bits and pieces of it and use it to the intro to.
So, yeah, what's
I'm
going to
gonna-
happen after the song?
I'm going to start doing a kind of a soapbox episode, and of course, I'm not going to.
Uh-oh, she's
back.
You're
I'm
in
not going to get
trouble.
close to a stroke or heart attack. Like every time Patrick ever did his thing, I'm like, that dude's fixing stroke. He's
Oh,
going
yeah.
anytime now. Like I can't see what he's doing, but I know his veins are popping. Right
Like
Yeah,
you just
no.
started losing oxygen towards the
Yeah,
end.
no, it's
Who's got a silver?
That sounds
Whoever-
like you.
yeah,
Is that
well,
you?
that's definitely me.
The
Yeah.
silver Escape, please
It's an explorer, it's an exploder, not
It's
an
an
escape.
exploder. She'll move it if you just give her keys. That's what interns are for.
Moving vehicles.
See, we need
that's
to
amazing.
get on this, Patrick. We need to get us some interns, man.
Yeah. Say her husband's a truck driver. She can figure anything out.
I just want to sit in the studio one day and be like, just go out there to the machine and bring me a Mountain Dew.
Right.
Please.
Dude,
Come
that's
on,
what
dude.
interns are for, man.
But what we're going to do is we'll pop that song out, and then I'm going to have a topic in which I'm going to bitch about a little bit.
Do you have
rant.
anything for tonight?
Well,
Look,
I mean,
there are lots of rant comedy is an art that's been around a long time.
Right.
Dennis Leary,
Oh,
George
yeah.
Carlin, I mean, Chris Rock. There's a number of rant comics who are very famous.
Right.
What's the one dude who man, he hated 45. These.
Oh, Lewis Black?
No, Lewis Black was funny as hell.
Oh, I love him. He's
great.
But no, I can't think of his name right now. But he was real popular. But he was real popular hating on Trump for a while,
Right.
and then he switched teams at the end, and everybody was shocked by it.
I don't know if I will go on a like
you're talking about, too.
a rant, because when we originally talked about this, I was like Patrick, that's his thing. We can't do that. But
Well, you
I
can.
do
You
bitch
damn well
about
can.
things.
Yeah, to hell with that
often.
guy.
So what we were talking about mainly is just me. I just get on my soapbox for a minute.
You
I've
just want to be
always done it.
smarmy.
My little dog is out across the street. Really,
You just want to be
WTF.
smarmy. Is that it?
Right. Just be a little whiny little
Petty.
bitch for a
He's
minute.
very petty.
Yeah.
Well, so I made a post the other day on the way to when we went to Savannah, Georgia, and I said I absolutely freaking hate I-40 from Little Rock to Memphis.
Yeah.
And people were like,
Oh yeah, because it's just potholes and
bullshit
lane
ass drive.
changes. And
25,000 semi trucks that left lanes for passing only, unless you're a semi truck, and screw you, buddy, because I'm moving over. I'm doing 45, and I don't give a shit if the speed limit's 70.
Yeah.
Here I come.
it's all true.
That's the shit that pisses me off.
Yeah.
No.
Well, compost in the front yard, investors not in the backyard.
No, that sounds like a problem for later.
No, that sounds like a problem for right friggin' now. You see the look on her face.
Uh-oh. I didn't see the look, but I'm not wearing my glasses, so
All right,
I
y'all,
trust it was disturbing.
But so let me ask
be
you a
back.
question though. Like, so
Yes.
Don't threaten
for
us.
this segment here that we're wanting to do, what advice would you give us as far as, because like you said, like rage comedy kind of.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think it's all about it's two different things. There's a writing element and a delivery element, and so when I approach the rant that I do, there's the writing part that when you say it, it's funny by itself, but when you add the performative action with it, it becomes a little more magical when the perception is, oh my God, he's unhinged,
Right,
untethered,
yeah.
But in this case, it just depends on how he wants to do it. But one good thing that you guys can do is it's good to have a bed under it if you can. Put a music bed under it.
okay,
So
so like for the entire segment.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but an instrumental where there's no words or anything
Okay.
in it. And it's just low enough to hear, but it just texturizes.
But it doesn't take anything away
It
from
does not take anything away from it. It will texturize it just a little bit.
Okay.
And that's always good. Another thing that I highly recommend is having somebody here to laugh. Somebody who thinks he's funny and will laugh. That was the
Well,
whole
good
point
luck.
of Jersey for 20 years.
Good luck. Good luck
I mean,
with that.
well, that's your challenge. Your hoop
So
to jump
fake
through.
it till we make it is what you're saying.
You may have to do the laughing temporarily. Yeah,
I mean, I've got a laugh track on here somewhere. Where's
yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, no, it's not the same.
not
Not
quite
the
the
same.
same.
Yeah,
No,
gotta have the real one.
yeah, no. The sitcom laugh track's a bad look.
Steve
Yeah.
Steve Lucas says, what was it, like 2006 when you started doing those?
Oh my God, I'd have to go look. I mean, the most recent one I did, I think, was 818.
Yeah.
That's how many rants I've done. So I'd have to look, but that's not far. Tell him he's not far. Steve's
Right.
not far off.
How much of that is written out in advance, and how much of that is ad libbed?
I mean, technically, it's all ad lib because I do it out of my own head. But as far as just on the spot, no, most of it I've written.
Okay.
Now I may vary it as I go. I may edit on the fly. I may switch a word here and there. But I typically choose words in an order that matter to me. And I use a lot of alliteration and things like that. So I use a lot of word play, whether people notice that or not when I do it. And so it is, a lot of times it's critical that it's that way. But can I do them ad lib? Yeah, and I've done many of them in stand up. But if I'm going to deliver one in that capacity, I want it to be You know, as good as it can be.
So, Allo, do you have a rant for tonight?
What was that?
What the frick?
That sounds like it was his after dark music.
Hit that button
Not
instead of
Dad's
the
after
other one.
dark, just after dark.
You'd have been oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
I did that yesterday. It was
Skinemax.
freaking hilarious.
We were at Dave and Buster's yesterday. And
we were at Dave and Buster's.
Hang on, I'll get a drink here.
The music. You all right?
Oh, okay. She came in,
Music
like, all
in the
serious.
bathroom is loud as hell.
Oh yeah,
it's
sometimes
insane.
that way. Thank you.
And
Thank you, intern.
love you, bye. I mean it.
Y'all need to get you a Kim, seriously.
And he was in there taking a poop. There's nobody else in the bathroom, and I was just being funny, so I grabbed my phone and started recording. I was like, I'm in Dave and Buster's bathroom. It's loud. It's so loud in here I can't even think. All I'm trying to do is get a, oh, yeah. And he, oh, yeah, in the background, dude. I died, dude. It
That's
was freaking
hilarious. It's always funny, man.
It worked out good.
So, hey, Rich.
Yo.
So, you were in Leechville the other day, so I assume that was a TNR event, right?
Yes, sir.
So, Robbie sent me a message earlier, and he said, hey, the $100 man's got a little more hardware today.
Yeah, man.
So, how was that event?
It was good, man. It was good. Good time.
Why do you
lots of
address
great
him
action.
that way?
Huh?
Why do you address him that way?
Who? Which?
Why did you say Robbie?
Robbie?
Why didn't you say the Rob father?
Well, okay, so.
I mean, I don't understand.
Well, I mean, his real name's Robbie.
So,
Robbie.
Hey, I'm not talking to you, Rich.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Okay.
Where's the belt?
so
I'm trying to figure out how this man is familiar enough with the Rob father
Yeah.
to address him by his
so that's a
His
very
government name.
That's a
Right.
very good question.
Don't
though,
forget,
that-
you are talking to a trainee of
That
the
is
Rob
true. That
Father
is
here.
true. So that's a great question. Honestly, I know you didn't mean it to be that deep, but that's
Oh, yeah.
but that's
No,
a
No, he
Yeah.
did. I saw it.
Oh, yeah.
that's
He
a
looked
great
at him with
question.
his eyes.
Because is it so? Like if I refer
For
to
those
the,
that don't
if
know, I was
ref-
messing with Rich.
Oh, yeah.
He knows this. Trust me.
Oh, yeah, no.
We
yeah,
kick
yeah.
it
If I
together.
refer to the Rob father
Every day
as,
on the show,
if
he's
I
like,
refer
you
to
got
the Rob
20 minutes,
father-
Rich. That's it. Yeah,
if I refer to him as Robbie because I
Right.
know him on a first name basis,
Right.
Is that disrespectful to his wrestling gimmick?
100% it is.
Yes.
Do you think so?
100%.
Yes.
I don't even have a title.
I mean, I could
wrestler.
understand why, but on the
On one hand, yes.
people
on
don't
another,
walk
no.
around saying, "Hey, man, I caught one fall this weekend." Like it's Rich.
No,
you know,
but that is different than the. And I'm not. Listen,
No.
there's no right or wrong.
No, but you're
you know
right.
this.
But I see what you're. I
But
see where
from
you're going.
From the because of who he is and the character he portrays.
and he's
Right.
trying so hard to
It's-
get that character.
It's like
over.
if you were talking to The Rock and you said, "What's up, Dwayne?"
right,
It's like, hold on, bitch.
right.
I'm either The Rock or Mr. Johnson. Which is it? But it ain't Dwayne. You know what I mean?
My deal is, you're talking about him in a wrestling form, right?
I'm talking about him.
You
Yeah,
don't
yes,
know him outside of wrestling.
Yes and no.
No,
So
you
he's talking about him in the instance of he reached out to him to say, so it was a personal message. Hey, man, just to let you know, like a catch up.
I do think
But
Rob Father is. I do think Rob Father's going to come on the show maybe next week or the week after. He's going to let me know.
That's exciting for you.
right.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
going to bring kendo sticks. And
You're going to get
Very
your
exciting.
ass kicked.
Nice.
Oh, I've already told him bring the kendo sticks. Bring the
Where'd that chair go?
Bring the metal trash
He,
can. I don't care. Let's go.
I don't know how it happened, but to answer your question, because I don't know. I don't know what happened. I was away from my table, but all of a sudden the main event ended. Outsider had retained his championship. And then next thing I know, Rob Father's music hits. He comes out to the ring, talks to the ref, says start the match.
He
Bam.
pulled a Hulk Hogan.
Dude, I mean, out of nowhere, and it was already what was it? It was a lockout match. There was two people that started, four independent, four wrestlers each chained to a corner, and they all got to enter randomly. So outsider already beat, four other people to hold on to the championship, and then. Bam! Right there, Rob Father comes out.
He pulled
and
a
takes
Hulk
it.
Hogan at WrestleMania. Hulk Hogan was not even in the main event of WrestleMania. It was Bret Hart and Yokozuna.
Yep.
And Hulk Hogan walked away with the title.
Yeah.
That is the disgrace.
We got a real angry Patrick fan in here. Steve Lucas was like, "What was it like in 2006 when
Yeah, we
Angry
already
Patrick
covered that, man.
started? Where was I at?
you
were
I was
outside.
chasing
No,
the
he
freaking
didn't
dogs.
ask a question. What was it like? What?
Oh, what was it like?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, no. He was saying, what was it
like? Oh, like 2006.
Okay.
Look,
thought
I don't
there was
have
a
my
question.
glasses on, and
That's
I
all
can't
right.
see commas and periods
Okay,
and
he said,
question marks.
What was it like in 2006, Patrick?
Right. Well, let me tell you, porn took a lot longer to upload.
Brown chicken, brown cow. It did.
know?
You'd hear, what?
Yeah, by the time it pixelated about halfway, you were like, I'm bored.
Welcome to AOL.
That was back when we used to look at actual magazines. Does anybody even? Well, besides him,
Hold on.
He's got
Do
a
I
whole,
need to?
He's got a whole.
They're there.
Thing over there.
I got a half a box full right there. I'm waiting on them. I actually do. I got a.
He's waiting on the collectors.
It's
right. Yeah.
I got a half a tote over there right now. That
Those ones had his favorite articles.
No,
to
trust
read.
me, this one.
there's always value in hoo-hoo.
No, there's this is the great one, right? Where they accidentally put the label right over Madonna's hoo-ha, and
Right.
so it's got a
Yeah, there's-
catcher's mitt gets covered, so it
I
gets
need
a
to go
little
see if
extra
I have
value.
that one.
Yeah.
I might have that one.
You can
Man,
go check
that
them
one,
out, but they
I'll
all
tell
go.
you something. In I want to say it was 86. Penthouse. She did a pictorial for them, and Madonna at that time was arguably the hottest commodity on the planet.
Right.
I mean, she was the it girl of it girls.
Right.
Right. And as soon as I opened that up, she no longer was the it girl of it girls because it looked like a Persian rug.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my.
Yeah, I couldn't deal
I'm
with that.
sorry, that's
I've
terrible.
got
I'm
the.
not supposed to say that. That's horrible.
I think I've got some Maxim magazines over there too.
Oh, yep.
Maxim,
Yeah,
yeah.
so-
No, that almost gets you.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
No, if you just want to be slightly bothered and go to bed, just aggravated.
Yeah, I've got one
Read
little
Maxim.
totem over there that I'm hoping gets me to the beach one day. Like,
Yeah.
there's some value there. It's
Yeah,
coming.
no, I'm certain that
9/11
your million,
magazines.
Just
Hey,
don't
your
get it.
401k was much better invested there.
Oh, shit.
Just
Yeah.
don't use a black light. That's all I gotta say. Man, speaking of which,
What?
Gross.
Speaking of,
hey, so speaking of which, have you guys been following the Diddy trial?
no,
That
No.
shit
Don't give
is
two
Is that
shits
still
about
going
that.
on?
Well,
I just
I
randomly,
mean, I'm aware of it, and I skim the news daily, but do I know the
Like
all the
ins and outs
details?
and-
No.
every other day, like I'm trying not to pay attention, but every other day a Facebook video comes out
Yeah.
with transcripts of what is happening.
Yeah.
And it is the weirdest shit on the face of the planet.
It's a little beyond weird at times. It's pretty.
Like they're
I
using,
would say
they have
it's
like
effed
a
up.
human slip and slide with
Oh
baby
no,
oil.
they're
and stuff.
they're doing all kinds of stuff.
Here's what I want to know. Did Ellen
They're urinating
DeGeneres,
in places and
Yeah,
all
it's
kinds-
it's
do what?
disgusting.
did Ellen really flee the country because of all this? Or is that just
No,
bullshit?
she left the country
After Trump got raided.
Trump.
Yeah,
Because she did make that comment back
Yeah,
when,
no,
if
she-
that happens, I'm out.
no,
Right.
she.
But
she
the
left.
names
But
that
she,
keep
I mean,
the-
she got canceled and she
Yeah,
took
she got
off.
canceled.
Right. Okay.
She wanted to go get out
She
of
left,
the
and
heat for a
everybody
while.
was like,
Nobody
okay.
cares.
I
Yeah.
missed all that.
We got
I'm-
Kelly Clarkson now. We're good. So
Hey, she's a
but
badass, by the
she
way.
is a badass.
That girl's got pipes, man.
does,
she can
dude.
blow. I mean, sing.
Whoa.
Sing. Blow,
Whoa.
sing.
But the names that keep coming out in this Diddy trial are what's baffling. Dude.
Well,
Like,
here's the thing, and let me just tell you, and you probably already have figured this out. You know, the media, as we know it, uses lots of what you call clickbait. You know this.
Yeah.
Most all of the big names you've heard associated with it are not associated with a freak off. They're associated with some other business dealing. Their name just came up. Thus far, they don't have any. They have not yet named any A-list celebrities who were involved in a freak off. Now, could there be some coming? I guess, but right now, you know, they don't have those. What they do have is a super freak who, you know, if he's not guilty of something, he should be. I mean, you.
he's guilty
Look,
of being weird.
I mean, listen, if you want to be a urinal as a human being, that is your business. But if you're kind of being arm twisted into it, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm
You hear that,
just saying.
Shane? You're free to be who you want to be.
I've always been.
It's just weird, man.
You're the poser.
It's just that's true.
Well, I don't know that it's nearly as weird as people think it is because, I mean, it's the biggest open secret in Hollywood and in California. It's not something that's not known. They have invitational orgies, basically. It's what it is. And a lot of celebrities
Also known
go.
as Carnival Cruises.
A lot
Go
of
ahead.
no, they wouldn't be.
No, that'd be
celebrities
Royal
don't go on
Caribbean.
Carnival, yeah. But they really do. They have celebrities that go there. You go in, you sign an NDA, and you get down to business or whatever. That is not something that is uncommon.
That's the lifestyles of the not so rich
Listen,
and famous.
I once, you know, we used to stand up all over the place, and we had a show booked at Khalil's where we always did really well.
It closed, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had been doing a story a few days before about the lifestyle. and that's what they refer to it now. It's not swinging. It's
the
It's a
lifestyle.
lifestyle.
not wife swap. It's the lifestyle.
Well, it's more socially acceptable.
Sure. Well,
Yeah.
it sounds a lot better.
It does.
It's a rebranding, if you will.
Congratulations on your new lifestyle. Here's your pineapple.
Yeah.
No, turn it up.
So
Put your keys in that bowl.
whatever in that story that I read, I read it well enough that they thought I was dropping code words. And so we had this table of 30 people show up to the Khalil's, and we were, of course, ecstatic because they all paid to get in. But we're like, hey, what's this table about? And when we found out, we were like, oh, no, I'm sorry that was the bait that went out, but that is not how it's going to go down. But then Laura and I sat down with this, because we like to go talk to everybody's table before the show starts.
Right.
It's just kind of how we do things.
Right.
And, get a chance to meet people, take pictures, talk to them,
Fan friendly.
appreciate them. Yeah.
Right.
And so we sit down with this couple, and they're not with that group exactly, but they're both married to someone else. They're on a date, and their spouses are on a date with each other somewhere else.
That's crazy.
Oh my
And
God.
I was just like, so.
So you found out what your new stand-up material was going to be.
Oh no, that immediately. Yeah, no, that
Because
right.
that cannot be avoided.
That was one of the most awkward things. Like, so everybody's cool, and yeah.
I don't like.
I'm not a good sharer.
I was
like
gonna say
that.
I don't think that I could participate in those activities.
I'm just not a good sharer.
Right.
I get it gets in my feels.
Right.
I'm like
A little jelly gel, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like your body touching hers, so I'm gonna have to kill you now.
And like I want my wife to share, but I'm not sharing her. So if that makes any sense.
No.
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
just
got
said
what
that
you're
way
saying.
wrong. Nobody shares in this relationship. What's yours is mine, and
No,
what's mine is yours.
that's not exactly true.
I-
There are moments where perhaps I think let's just be
Right.
honest.
I'm with you.
All of them situationally,
Correct.
usually involving some type of liquor.
Right.
Like to play for both teams at times, and that is invited and encouraged at times.
I'm picking up what
within
you're putting
reason.
down.
You know what I'm saying? But beyond that, I'm not doing Eiffel Towers or
No eye-
high
no
fiving
eye-
some bro on the other end of the
No eye
equation.
contact. No eye contact.
Yeah, I'm not the
eye
X
contact.
on the to the Y of your equation. No.
Bye.
It's
Signal.
only
I'm out.
only weird if you make eye contact.
No,
Yeah.
it's only weird. Period.
Yeah, there can only be one Audi per session
That's
for
it.
me.
There you go.
That's
Let it roll.
that's all I'm going to say.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
Ridge, speaking of playing for teams, man, how's the Wise guys?
Oh, that was the worst segue in the world, man. Like, do not throw it to me after that.
No, pause.
Yeah, pause. Yeah,
Fumble.
seriously.
Yeah, no, you're not going to get to throw it to him after that kind of.
Right.
Back to the soapbox.
Anyway,
That's a whole different meaning to interceptions, man.
Oh, yeah. And tight
Talking
ends.
about tight ends, wide
Right.
receivers,
So how's it going with the Wise guys?
the
Oh,
tush
seriously.
push.
Right.
In all seriousness, man, it's been going great with them. Corsage. So they've got their next game coming up on the 21st. We had
Okay.
our first one 2 weeks ago. This last weekend they were in Iowa. Unfortunately, they lost first road game. So, but man, it's taken off. We had the first game there in Hot Springs. We had just under 1,900 in attendance.
How much? How much does it hold in that?
4,000.
Okay, I was going to say
4,000
so about
altogether.
half.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a really good turnout.
No,
Absolutely.
I'm going to be honest with you. Hot
Yeah.
Springs and a brand new arena football team to have almost 2,000 people
That's
show up
fantastic.
that's actually pretty damn great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
because the
they'll-
Twisters was not that way.
No,
Even.
and so I think on the 21st they'll see how many
Well-
will we keep and can we build on this.
And really, especially around the Hot Springs area, like they are laser focused as a team on being out in the
And
community.
that's what has to happen
So-
in that community. In that community, a lot of people don't realize this, that a lot of that community, a few years ago, maybe a decade, 15 years ago, they shifted the whole model of business in Hot Springs. And they went hyper local, not just sell local. They went hyper local. Like if you look at the radio stations there, like KLAZ 105.9, man, all of they don't give a damn what ratings are nationally. They don't care about that. That didn't matter. All they care about is they want to have every local company there on their station.
Right.
Right.
And that's their model. And that's the Hot Springs model is hyper local. you know, and I think it's actually a really good model.
I've
if you
never
can
heard
do
it
it.
referred to as that. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I did just talk with him today. I think I don't know if it's going to start this week or next week, but they had reached out. Apparently, they're going to be doing like a weekly coach interview at the Ouachita Bar and Grill in Hot Springs with the coach of the Wise Guys. And they had reached out to me. They're like, "Hey, man, would you be able to come host it and do the interview and everything?" So that's the new news that I've been waiting to drop.
So you moved from Hot Springs to
Right,
North Little Rock,
right.
And now all your gigs are back.
Now I'm getting dragged back to Hot Springs. Ain't that the way? I love it.
This guy's all over the country.
Dude,
What are
I
you
am.
talking about,
If
man?
any of the guys would love to come sit down at the table and talk about it, man, we'd love to have them.
Absolutely, man. I will
Yeah.
pass that along to him for sure.
I mean, not
For sure.
saying that we can do a lot, but we can do a little bit, you know.
And then let's see, July I'm going on tour with the Midget Wrestling Warriors. So that's gonna be a lot
let's
of
go,
fun,
dude.
man.
Those guys are so
That's what I'm
much
saying.
fun.
I mean, look, he's everywhere now. He's beyond the borders. these
You
days.
you gave him a little bit of fame and it went to his damn head.
No, he's doing.
No, not at all.
I literally did nothing but give him an opportunity, and then this is what he's done because he's that
It did,
talented.
Brad.
He's that talented. you
Brad
know?
said Iowa looked empty. I
I've seen
some of the
that.
game.
Yeah,
they
I've
did.
seen that.
But
No,
absolutely.
I
mean,
told Rich from the beginning. I said, man, you have a gift, man. You just got to be in front of enough people, and boom, you see what happens when you got in front of enough people. People said, hey, we want more of that.
Right? Hell yeah.
Well, in all reality, and I've told Patrick and I have had this conversation before, and I credit a lot of my, not a lot, all of my recent success on the fact of being involved with Patrick and the people and him in general, because he's been almost like a mentor to me. Anytime I have a question or, hey man, this is kind of a new situation I've never
You
been
were worried
in.
he was going to say father figure, weren't you?
No.
But for to go to that credit, and I know y'all know this, but I am a full-time single dad. My son just turned 7, and one thing that I have always heard, especially in the announcing career and growing my brand as an announcer, is you have to travel. You have to get out there. You have to put your name out there. You have to show up at these other events and maybe not get paid, but say, hey, I'm here. This is who I am. If you want to use me, great. If not, whatever. Great and easy sounding in concept.
Yep.
When you add in the fact of, hey, I got to work, I got to provide, I've got a child that I got to take care of, I've got to find child care for him, all of a sudden traveling to another state every other weekend really doesn't become an option.
Freaking kids.
Again, not that I
Ultimate STD.
it's
Right. No shit. It's like, you want to need some good birth control? Borrow someone else's kids
Yeah.
for a minute.
Yeah.
I always say is my participation trophy.
No shit, right?
Yeah.
No. But because of Patrick and the people and the Wise Guys and everything, it has given me an opportunity to put my name and my brand out there where people can see it without having to travel outside of the state and allow me to do everything that I need to do.
Well, I think too, one of the things that helped make that possible for you was you realized that in order to do it, you needed to elevate your value.
Absolutely.
And he demonstrated that value. And so they said, we'll take care of getting you out here and getting you home and accommodating you because you got that going on.
Right.
And so that when you're a single dad, that's huge, because you start pricing plane tickets on the fly and the accommodations of a hotel and your meals and all. I mean, it's not cheap to do that, and so, but also it's a credit and a testimony to his skill that they're investing that much in someone to bring there to do it. I mean, that's something that demonstrates a lot of skill and value,
Yeah, and Rich, we've talked about this a little bit before, that, you're in a position now, you get the opportunity to turn down almost as many gigs as you accept now at this point.
I mean, yes and no. It is very hard for me to turn down something. And it's just because,
It's because we're broke dicks.
Well, that too.
Let's
It's
go.
a muscle reflex.
I got
Yeah,
right.
yes.
Absolutely. Well, and
you said it, and it's like this.
Yeah.
and to that token, I mean, also, when my degree's in broadcasting, when I went to college, one of the things they drilled in our heads is it's 1% knowing what you do, knowing how to do it. It's 99% being in the right place at
That
the
is,
right time.
dude.
And
perfect.
It's hard to turn
That's
down
how I
those events
describe it with my
because
wife in the bedroom.
Right.
And sometimes I'm in the the right place and sometimes I'm not. But
But it does enable him, because he's getting these opportunities, it does enable him to be a little more selective and say, yeah, I want to help, but right now my schedule is here,
Yep,
so
yep, yep.
I can't at this time.
you don't have to take every single thing
it's
that comes.
It's
Right.
perfect how you said basically being in the right place at the right time, because we as Dads After Dark has been really trying to find a way to get into the bourbon world.
Yeah.
On Dads After Dark.
Yeah.
And we've been asking and reaching out, and it's a hard world to get into. 'Cause
It really is.
There's specific laws that you got to be in the circle.
Yes.
But being on different pages, like this is no joke. I'm coaching baseball this weekend. I hear
Debatable.
I hear outlaw, and I turn around, and he was like, "Shane, what's up, buddy?" And I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he was like, "Hey, I'm so and so," and I was like, "Oh yeah, what's up?" He's coaching baseball. He was like, "Dude, I saw your mustache from the other side of the park. I knew it was you." Come
Yeah.
over and start talking. The circle that we've been trying to get in just happened.
That's
So,
awesome, man. You
it's-
never
yeah,
know. You never
being
know.
at the right place at the right time.
For all of us, man.
So now
I mean,
we're
for everybody.
We're talking about all of the above. I don't speak on it until it happens because
Right.
we all know how that works. Right. But you're 100% right, man. Being at the right place at the right time.
But on the
is
flip side,
amazing.
it does create that first question in my mind when somebody calls up, because I may look at it and go, well, I've got this event that's a little closer, and hey, it may pay more, but am I going to be in the right place at the right time, man?
Well,
But
and-
this
and-
is
and those
Patrick said a minute ago about discovering your worth. That was
Yeah.
something that we had a little problem with in the beginning, is because people was like, "Hey, man, we want y'all to talk about us."
Right.
Oh, okay, give us a cheeseburger.
right.
we literally
We're
would
good
do
for
it
a
for
cheeseburger.
cheeseburgers.
Right.
Next
Yeah.
thing we got a plate full of cheeseburgers here and
tacos,
and that was
or-
our worth,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and now it's okay. I think we can do a combo meal now.
You're right.
It's not just a cheeseburger.
Can we at least get a 5 for 5 now? Come on.
Can we get an upgraded soda?
We,
Yeah.
we got air conditioning in here,
Right, we do.
which we didn't have last year.
And shout out to the garage.
No,
door guy.
I think you're exactly right, and you just continue to work your way up, and you meet different people in different places, and my wife has a phrase that she may have hijacked, I don't know, but people come into your life for a reason or a season.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
and that's true. Sometimes it is just a season, but sometimes there's more reason to it.
Right.
I'm still trying to figure out why he came into my life, but
Yeah. And again,
Because
that
sometimes you
reason
just
may
need
be
somebody to
unknown.
present or to be your comedic value, And,
That's true.
And just somebody that you can look at and go, I'm glad I don't do those, but it's funny to watch him do it.
Dude, it very much is.
Right.
So along those lines, so okay, so how there's alpha males,
Right.
What is that?
and
Me.
that is that is
kidding.
that is that
I
is
remember we got heat on TikTok over that one, so yeah.
this dude
Well.
right here is very much, and I can be an alpha when
the bullshit when you're
I-
by yourself in a room with nobody else there.
you know what. Anyways,
He sits there and
So-
talks to the mirror.
that is one thing I will say about this dude. He has never met a freaking stranger in his life ever, and if there's ever a place that we want to go and we want to get involved in something, that
He
dude's
knows.
got
Let me
it.
tell you what you
He will
guys-
find his way on a
if-
Major League Baseball field.
If you and your team haven't done this yet, you should do it. Because nowadays you can do it for nothing. I think DISC. You know what DISC is for assessment,
Disc,
like career assessment,
like a floppy disk?
DISC. It's called. It's okay. So DISC assessments. They use them oftentimes in the workplace, but
I was like the four squares or whatever.
Well, yeah, in part that's part of it. Yeah, but what you're talking about is he is direct. That's his primary means of existence and communication is direct. He walks a straight line. He's going to tell you what he thinks. He tell you are not, but you can become that in certain circumstances.
When I have to be, yes.
Yeah, but that's not your primary.
That's not my
MO.
primary go-to, yeah.
Your primary MO is probably either, I'd say you're either a C or you're probably a C. You control. You probably
C is passing. I'll take it.
and no, in this case, it's just the way you operate. But you can be direct when you need to be.
Yes.
Some people can't ever be direct.
That's my wife.
But if you do it, it's real fun to do as a team because then you know exactly what you're seeing. Because under stress, you become this.
Right.
In normal circumstances, you're this, and so I can be as alpha as it gets, and especially under
Laura's
stress. I get very direct, and too direct at times.
See, and that's how I am. Yesterday, perfect example. I'm coaching baseball, kind of chill. Things are good.
Yeah,
we're not winning. I'm a little on edge.
Yeah,
a mom from the other side's like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, shut your mouth. And then it was like, wait, did I just do that? I got a little direct.
When I was a kid, it's always funny. Every parent thinks their kid's Mike Trout.
Oh, 100%.
Every one of them, man. And I just look at them running those fences up there. Their face is red. And I'm like, he's 7, right?
Right.
He just wants to go home and play some video games.
Oh, they don't give a shit.
Eat a fruit roll-up.
So because of Savannah Banana Baseball, which we have been extremely blessed to be a huge part of, I've allowed my team to do a trick play on Saturdays. It's tournament baseball. It's travel baseball. It's just legit.
Yeah.
We're big time, right?
Yeah.
So we did one the other day. One of my shortstop catch the ball, dribbled it between his legs, and hosed the guy at first.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, he just did it. The umpire was like, did he just do a trick play? And I was like, yeah, don't say nothing. And then the coach on the other team was like, bro, that's pretty bush league, which is a
because they think
that
you're trying to
means
show
it's
them
negative.
up.
That's a disgrace in baseball.
You're stunting on them.
And I was like,
oh,
how is that bush league?
Damn, how old are you? That was like 15-year-old.
He nailed it, bro.
Who's stunting
and I was
on
like,
him?
how was that bush league? And he was like, man, you're showing out, man. That's garbage. And I said, I'll tell you what. I said, if you tell me the scouts out here right now that tell me it's a problem, I'll agree with you. And he said, what scouts? And I said, have a good day, sir. They're 12. And turned around and walked off.
Yep.
But it's kind of the same thing,
Yeah. Man, it's look, that sports is all in good fun. Now if you're up 20 and you're out there pulling out every little trick you got,
then that's different.
You're spanking on them like that. That's bad sportsmanship. But if a kid's just having some fun and learning a little trick along the way, who gives a shit?
Yeah, man.
Get over yourself.
I give a huge credit to Savannah Bananas to what they've done for the actual sport of baseball because
I think you just like saying it a lot.
I'm a huge I love it, dude.
Let him get a few more of these in him and have him try to say it. It's fun.
I can hear the S already.
But hey, you know what? Because of them, I have this cup and this shirt.
Just like baseball, he's sliding into his S's now.
Right? Yeah. No, we went to Savannah. My son, because he knew Father's Day was coming up, we did go.
Wait, why'd you go to Savannah?
He got to be in the Savannah Banana Baseball Camp. Thank you
Sure
very much.
Yeah.
And we
Savannah
went to
Banana Junior.
Yes, sir. He is, dude. He's figuring it out. But we went to Nine Line, which is in Savannah, Georgia. It's on River Street, and it's strictly about our vets. It's veteran owned and operated. Super cool store. But my son saw this cup and it's got a fire department logo on it. It says "Kicking Ash" and it's got the axe on it. And he was like,
badass.
he was like, Dad, I need to buy that for
That's
you. And
cool,
I was like,
man.
I was like, it's $35. He's like, I don't care. I got the money. And I was like, you're not buying that for me. So I walked off. And then him and my wife went in there and he bought me the damn cup. But I did get a shirt. It was like, I'm a patriot, so weapons are my religion.
Nice.
Pretty badass.
Right?
Yeah, shout out to my boy, man. He loves
I don't know
it.
what y'all were talking about a minute ago when I had to step away, but Laura popped on. She said fake news. And
which part was fake news?
I don't know. I was while I was gone.
Which
for a
part
minute.
was fake
I don't
news?
know.
Rich is fake news.
That's what I hate about the delay, man.
Yeah, right.
If somebody will comment and say something, and I'm sitting here going, shit.
What the hell are
No,
we talking about?
No, listen, Laura will bust my chops in a heartbeat, man, and she's good at it. She'll call it right out, man.
Got to have that, dude.
No,
My wife
it's
does
awesome,
that,
actually.
dude. My wife does that, and half the time I'm like, shut up. But in the back of my mind, I'm like,
She's
she's
right.
100%
No,
right.
we're pretty good at helping each other be authentic. If you will,
Right,
you know what I mean?
like in the baseball scheme of things, man. She'll come over to the gate and she'll be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you mean? I'm being aggressive." And she's like, "No, you need to do blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Shut up." And then I'll do blah blah blah. We'll win the game, and she's like, "I told you." And I was like, you didn't say that. I got this shit on paper,
Yeah.
But no, she. It's good to have a sidekick like that,
I would be more the sidekick. Maybe.
Hey, you were Robin to her Batman.
Hey, whatever it takes, man. This is a different world we live in.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, hey, what are you able to talk about as far as the blocks go?
He was on the show.
Yes. So,
BLOX.
so that's what you're able to talk about.
No, I'm kidding. No, I can't tell you the results because the season hasn't come out, and I signed a contract saying I would not do that. I can tell you that it was a very interesting experience. It was very exhausting. you know, because you get there and you're filming from 8 a.m. Till 10 p.m. And I mean, every part of your day is you know, regimented and scheduled in the way that it's laid out, and so you're nonstop and you're moving from one thought process to another the whole time. So the short version of how our days were lined out is we would go in, and Wes from the Challenge, you know Wes, a lot of people do from the Challenge, and he would lay out basically like a lecture, an entrepreneurial lecture on a subject for, you know, a couple hours. And so you're taking notes, you're learning these things, you know, it might be marketing, it might be this, it might be, you know, whatever it is. And then after that, you break into these groups, because in our case, there were, I think, 81 businesses, entrepreneurial businesses represented. And so, you break up into these groups. There were 10 mentors, if you will, other entrepreneurs who are instructors or guides, if you will. And you break into pods of about 8 or 10 people. And then you have to, they're going to give you 15 minutes to put together a 3-minute presentation to give to the group based on what you learned and how you can apply it to your business and deliver it to the group. And then whoever wins that pod goes up on the big stage. You know, and they get additional points if they win up there, you know, and so it's cumulative points for different things you do in your presentation and things like that. And it was very interesting, you know. It met a lot of people. That was the very best part of it, of all of it.
The networking?
Yeah, well, was all the different business people and entrepreneurs I met. I mean, you know, we just interviewed Laura from Lulu Liquor Cakes. And Lulu Liquor Cake is, just as its name implies, cake with liquor. It's infused with it. It's delicious and wonderful, and they have a lot of flavors, you know. But meeting people like that who are very interesting.
Did you try those at 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30 in the morning?
No, we did that a little later in the day, you know, for obvious reasons. But it was, you know, meeting all those different people, those entrepreneurs, was the best part of it. I mean, it is cool to see what's involved in setting up a show of that magnitude with that many cameras, that many people involved, because they'll come up and they'll tell you, do not look at the camera.
Right.
If you look at the camera, that shot's dead.
You're done.
Trust me, that shot's dead.
That's
hard. You know, and so they'll come right up to you, and you're sitting here taking notes, and they're like right here. You know,
you're like,
and
don't look up, don't look up, don't look up.
And you're just, you know, then you just start to write bullshit, and
right.
you're thinking, well, maybe they can see it. It's high def. I better not write bullshit. You know, and so you start to get more self-conscious as you go. Like, I wonder if they can see the side fat on my brain. You know, but yeah, you so they're following you everywhere. You know, they'll say, hey, do that again. You know, because reality is never exactly reality.
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, that was good. Can you do it again?
Do it better this time.
Right.
Sure, you know.
So were you the only Arkansas?
We were the only
That's
Arkansas
awesome.
entrepreneur.
That's freaking
there.
awesome.
Yeah, we were the only one there out of all the companies. Yes,
That's badass.
it was cool. It was really cool to represent the state and to be there. And like I said, we did gain a lot of things that were helpful to us. As far as how we do things. And I think more than anything, we got a lot of validation. We were doing a lot of things right.
Right. That's pretty cool.
You know, there were obviously things we took away and went, okay, yeah, we can do this or we can do this. But finding out the things you're doing right is rewarding in its own way.
Right.
Where you're like, man, I'm doing that now. That's awesome, you know.
That is good, because sometimes, like, I use coaching as that little example. Sometimes somebody random will just come up to you and be like, hey, blah, blah, blah. Hell yeah. Okay. I feel a little bit better about today, you know, moving on. So same thing with this right here, you know, whenever we're doing stuff and we hear people in the community, they give us a little bit of praise, and, you know, and it's like, okay.
Right.
All right.
Well, let's
do it again.
One of the themes, I think, right off the bat was if you're an entrepreneur and you're waiting to perfect your product, or whatever it is before you go to market, you're already losing ground.
Right.
You know, that in most cases you're better to launch and make improvements as you go.
Right.
And start building everything up to get to that point. You know, we're working towards this. You're honest with people. This is what we're working towards, you know. and that it's much more effective to do it that way.
Is it because you're going to make mistakes and get those out of the way early?
You know what it's called? It's called real.
It's because that if you may miss the entire thing if you're waiting for the perfect product. You're missing building up all of the audience. You're missing the organic growth that occurs, and it may take vastly longer than to launch a product that will serve the need and you can improve later.
I think that's what we're discovering right now. Is
That's exactly right.
We've pushed so hard to be where we're at, but somebody was like asking questions to me the other day, and I was like, look, and I used the word organically. I was like, we're trying so hard to keep it organic.
I don't want to use the gimmicky, fake fans, fake followers, all of that stuff.
Wait, that's a thing? I didn't know it was
it's an entire cottage industry. You know this.
It's horseshit.
And you see all these people who are supposed to be influencers, but listen, if you've got 400,000 followers and you make a post and it's got 8 comments on it.
Yeah.
The math ain't math.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
The math is not math. And if you look at any real type, influencer, celebrity, however you want to define them today, and they've got that many followers, you'll see the comments just load up.
That's it.
Matter of fact, I don't know if you've ever seen. There's a great video that showed, and I don't remember what celebrity it was, but said, here's what happens, and it showed a post they made, and then they just laid their phone down and you just watch it go
Right. Yep.
and you're just like,
holy
God
shit.
bless. I get excited with 10, 15.
Right?
I know.
You just got that in
Imagine
like a
the
half
thing
second.
isn't-
Right.
I'll text him like, hey, somebody commented on our YouTube video. We got 1 comment.
Right.
Yay.
Yeah.
We noticed that. We went from, 300-400 views on a show to now we're hitting, 1,000,
And
1.5, 2,000.
The most obvious thing, and we were already doing this, but the most obvious thing you see there is it's good to meet up with other like-minded
Correct.
or like-placed businesses or business people who can share each other. Just as I was saying, I've got probably 6 interviews set up or in progress to set up from people from the blogs, and I'll have 20 more that come behind it. But those interviews are putting us in places we weren't before.
Yeah.
Did we have some listeners in Tennessee? Yeah. Do I have more now because of that?
Yep.
Absolutely.
100%.
Because now she likes the show. She's actually listening to it.
She's invested.
And now her friends and fans are, that check it out. And so, if I rinse and repeat this in all these different states all over the country, then that's how you do.
We get random truck drivers because he'll stop at a truck stop and put a sticker in the
I
bathroom.
can tell already, Rich. What's going on?
What do you got,
Well,
Rick?
first off, hold on before I'll let Rich read that. Somebody just said, hey, I'm following you all right now. So
Yeah.
there we go. We all just got a
thank
new
you.
follower.
Thank you
but
very much.
It looks like
Laura says, please
Yes.
let Patrick
caps.
know that. I say that because that was
Yeah.
in caps.
All caps.
Yeah.
All caps, yeah. Know that Peach looks delicious in them jeans.
Hey.
Peach looks delicious in them jeans.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
looks
but
juicy.
sounds like your wife's gonna
He
be
looking,
waiting
he's
up for
like,
you
did
when
I
you get
put
home.
jeans on?
She can't say I'm not even wearing
She can't
jeans.
see
I
me
don't-
because I'm behind the desk.
I don't know exactly what's going on,
It's
but I
either
appreciate
Rich or
that.
you.
Yeah, I assume it's me, and I appreciate that, Boo.
But you talk about like-minded people, and I think
hell yeah, hell yeah.
I think
My
this is
peach
the
looks good.
perfect example of 2 different groups of people letting their guard down and going, "Hey, let's make a circle right here."
Yeah.
and that's exactly what we have done.
Oh, yeah.
with
It's like a
Dads
half.
and
It's like a half
Patrick.
circle.
It's a moon. It's a crescent.
It's a crescent.
Yeah.
Only 'cause
Let's
I'm
make
hungry.
a crescent. I want
Yeah.
a crescent roll.
I'm
Those
just
are
going to
good.
come out and say it now, man. I'm sorry. I got really high one night. I stumbled across Dad's After Dark.
Hey, look
Next
what
thing
happened.
I knew, like,
Yeah.
You were
I was
eating
like, yeah, let's
you
go
were
on. I was eating Skittles and Snickers. and
tacos.
Yeah. It's like, here, let me just put out this blunt
Yeah.
here. Next thing I was like,
You know
shit,
what?
we got friends now. Damn
That
it.
was the desired demographic we were going for, so it worked out
Worked out
great.
flawlessly, right?
Full-on side view, yum is what Laura
No,
said.
but seriously
yeah.
though, like truck stops, like all over the country, he's put stickers in truck stops. So randomly on a Monday night, we'll get a truck driver. We'll just
yeah.
we'll just show up in
Good
here.
idea.
Look, this sticker right here, it's got the dad logo on
Right,
it,
and
the
then the-
QR code.
Yeah,
Yep.
I like that.
The
I like
QR
that.
code takes you to our link tree. Our link tree's got everything there. No joke, we're doing a show one night. this guy comes on. He's commenting. I was like, hey, what's this guy saying? He was like, look. He said, I just want y'all to know I was at a truck stop in Northeast Arkansas. I was taking a nice long poop. I saw this QR code.
I was like, what else have I got to do?
He thought it was free porn.
He goes, here I am, and holy shit, y'all are great.
That's great, man.
And
That's
it was like, yeah.
You know, starring in stalls all over the country.
Right.
You know,
Hey, it beats the phone number shit, right?
well, I guess it probably these days.
867-5309.
Thanks, Tommy. Two-tone. You're not dating yourself at all there.
That's it.
Golly.
Timothy Wilson says, met Patrick at Looney Bin and mentioned y'all. So,
Oh yeah.
Timothy's
Yeah,
been.
I remember mentioning
Yeah,
y'all.
he's,
'Cause I was like, why are you mentioning them? No, I'm kidding.
Hey,
Screw those guys. I'm at the Looney Bin right now.
who the hell are they? But
Rich with the gospel.
I
says the Lord.
think whether you guys like it or not, we're all part of one big family now. Whether we like it, so
I mean, y'all ate our cooking.
that's true. You did.
No, that wasn't good.
Again,
That's an abomination.
So now the only
second
thing we
time
got
I
left
got
to do.
high and it went wrong for
Right.
me. I'm telling you.
No, the
dude.
only thing we got left to do now is we got to finish
No,
the
we
show.
ain't got nothing left to do
No.
except just be friends and talk and show up every once in a while on each other's shows.
100%. But I
Yeah.
almost think that sometimes with the friendship comes a little bit of hurt.
right.
Right? That's what friends do. They hurt each other.
Okay.
So I think you need to get that chair and
I think
bust
you
his
and your
ass.
wife
Oh,
need to
I
work
mean, I'm
through
down
this.
for that.
I mean,
So
Yeah,
is that the new
absolutely.
guest thing from now on? They get to
Knock the shit out of Mikey G with a
I'll
chair.
tell you
It's
that.
either that or me, and if I do it, you won't be back next week.
yeah. I ain't scared.
You don't want me to do it, trust me.
I mean, I feel like it's only right that I do it. It's kind of like my calling card when
right.
it comes to podcasts. I put Patrick through a table, the first or second time after being on
That's
there.
right, big
Like,
man.
I feel like I want to say the words that I shouldn't say, but let's get it. And I'm just kind of not
No,
going to
no,
say
no,
that.
Don't
Yeah, no, you get sued for that one.
100%.
All right, so are we doing this?
Yeah,
We
so
can do it.
let's
We
get
can
the
do it.
chair.
We'll make that a rite of passage from now on. When a guest comes in, they sign the guitar and they hit me with a chair.
But look, you got to be more than a quarter of a freaking throw here, because like when I was
Mike,
in
you got to take the bump, man.
I was in
Understand.
Savannah and Rodney hit him with a half bent elbow, and I was like, I was never so disappointed in my boy in my
I'm gonna
life.
tell you who throws elbows. John Jones.
Does he? Oh, John. Oh yeah, he's legit. Is he back?
Oh, I don't know if he is. We were just watching clips
Oh
of
my
his.
God,
me and
he is
my
amazing,
son
dude.
Tyler.
He is amazing, dude.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
John's Bones Jones. Ready? You know, hit me in the head. You'll mess that chair all the way up.
All right, watch the head. I got to work tomorrow. Okay.
Screw that. All right, look.
day off?
Hey,
They watched the show, so
hey. Now I see what Steve was talking about. Move that chair and move forward. We need another. We need
Okay.
more force here.
Yeah.
we need another half inch.
Yeah, that's what she said.
No, she said a lot more than that.
It was like a dolphin.
All right, so I got the microphone. Here.
All right,
Oh, yeah, that's
y'all ready?
Yeah.
On the count of three.
Oh goodness.
There's not.
Yeah, I know.
You got enough.
That's
You got
the whole
enough.
reason I had you come back here.
Right.
You got enough.
Hey, Mikey, look at the camera.
3.
Oh, did I watch Fat Roll move right there?
that one got you.
That one, you put a dent right there.
No, dude, that's bullshit. Move out of the way.
What the hell? No, this was not part. I thought he was about to get the wooden chair.
Oh no.
It was a beer bottle. Oh goodness. Okay. Dude, what the hell?
Shit.
Hey, I gotta work tomorrow. I gotta work
I'm
tomorrow.
worried.
Don't worry. Look that way.
I gotta work
Don't
tomorrow.
look at me, damn it.
I gotta work tomorrow. I'm turned around, damn it.
Don't put your
He's
hand
gonna-
back there. Don't put your hand back there.
You know the camera froze up.
Are you fucking kidding?
It did, yeah.
That's
sure
the
as
greatest
hell
thing
it's
I ever heard in my life. That's the greatest thing I ever saw in my life right there. It froze up.
It
Right,
sure as
with
hell
full
did.
force.
That is my cue.
Wow.
It sure as
Did
hell
that hurt?
It did.
It did hurt.
That's bullshit. I didn't even get it on
I bet
camera.
Rob Father can swing it harder.
Why are you calling him Rob Father now?
Hey.
It was Robbie earlier.
Oh, let me fix this camera real quick. Hold on.
Holy cow.
Why it went all show?
Steve
no
said
problem.
it froze.
Yeah, it did.
That's because I was about to hit you with a damn chair.
Right. Gotta love
Yeah.
it.
No, it was great. It
We'll
was
have to add that
it was
to the Wheel of
metal in the
Pain.
chair. One.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You know
I
what?
what it is.
Try something.
What?
What the hell, that big ass dragonfly?
I didn't bother me.
We're back.
When you get there,
All right, so we gotta redo it
whatever your audio is feeding through,
Damn,
if
that
it's
was
a
dumb.
3-prong plug, break the ground off of it, that bottom one.
Mm-hmm.
Break the ground off of it.
Okay.
Doing AV work as long as I did, we
Yeah.
would get subs, plug them in, and we'd hear that bzzz. It's a
just-
grounding. Break the plug
Gotcha.
off of it and plug it in, and it goes
I'll be
away.
damned.
Steve, he swung it way harder than you did.
What's
will
up, Erica?
It will not hurt it. It could possibly help it though.
What's up, Erica?
Mikey G and Richie Rich.
That's our camera girl.
Right. It is. Black Spectrum
Is that your
Photography.
wrestling name?
What?
Mikey G?
That's my name.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you.
Oh my god. We're copyright.
I didn't finish it.
Oh, now the whole thing went out. It's all like blue now.
Yeah,
It's-
it's a delay. It's fixed now, but
Oh.
it's
Is
on
it,
a delay.
though?
Yeah.
Yep,
Is
I
it
see
so?
myself waving.
Yeah, but guys, it's 9:30. I think we're about ready to call
Yeah.
this thing quit.
Yeah,
I
we gotta
get
be
home.
up early.
I was gonna say, what time's
Yeah.
the show in the morning?
6:30. Yeah.
6:30.
Early AF.
Rich,
Yeah.
you gonna be there at 4?
No.
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 No. I'll
No,
be
we
there.
don't do that.
Yeah.
You'll be there at 6:45.
I'll be there, yeah. Yeah, maybe.
We'll be
Y'all
there.
make sure to go follow Patrick and the people. Make sure to follow, like, love all of our social media accounts. Theirs and ours. We're trying to hit that 10,000 mark on dads before the end of the year. And we're making decent progress.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Hey, it's
Try
little by
some new
little.
things.
Right.
And, I appreciate the advice on our new segment. Thank you
Yeah.
for that. We're going to
Yeah.
try to implement that next week.
Thank y'all as always for having us out.
Yeah,
man.
no,
It's
we're
fun to
appreciate
come
it.
see you guys.
You know where we're at. So
Right?
Yep.
we know where you're at. You know where we're at. We'll just come invade each
I
other.
mean, you knew where I was at.
Yeah.
I may have moved since then, you know.
That's true.
He used to show up outside and be like, "What's up,
I did.
Rich? Can
Hey,
I commentate?"
Rich, can you want to hang out?
Had to move.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
Why I think we ain't done the intermission show in forever. I need
No,
a Mikey
I
G
see.
break.
Yeah.
Right?
No, we do got to get back on track with that, man.
Dude, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate you, brother.
All right,
Love you,
later
man.
on.
Y'all have a good one.
Hey, shout out to Mago Builders.
Hey, have a good night, everybody.
Bye, Sigel.
Yeah. That's after dark. You already know. Moms in the morning suck.
Dads after dark, grilling in the park, making back ribs on the grill. Me and my wife, Netflix and chill. Sweet tea, roller cooler, lawnmowers, blah blah blah. Moms in the morning, they talking, it's kinda boring. Bourbon, Velcro, New Balances, tatted on my nose. Mickey G, funny packs, that's on me. Blue jean shorts, yeah, they're kinda short.